Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the next episode of the Slappin Kpop podcast. And today we've got the whole gang together again.
I'm still alive!
Since quarter one.
I'm still alive!
Maria's
Except I've
still
been
here.
busy the past couple
here.
months as of this recording, so it's been great. Also, my personal computer broke. RIP. We're vibing right now.
Yeah, so rip if the audio quality's bad this
we're
time.
thriving.
We did our
Clearly.
best. This was gonna come out in September after Q3 if we didn't do it now.
Yeah.
Yes, but today we've got me, Kayla, Dan, Lucas, Maria, and Sammy all here, and this is our quarter two review podcast. And just like our quarter one podcast, each of us have 5 songs that we liked from quarter two, and we're just going to talk about them and how much we love them.
Or our complicated opinions.
Some of them will be complicated.
Yes, if we
There
hate
will
all
be some
each other's songs, you
Some
also
of them
are
are
going to
very
hear that.
complicated
So
opinions, so we'll
Very
delve
complicated.
through those emotions throughout this episode.
There will be a debate.
there will
I
be
don't know
many
what you
debates.
guys are talking about.
Mhm.
Dan apparently, and we can
Uh-huh.
see very well where the debate comes from.
Yep.
I love all these songs equally.
That's very
No,
false.
you
That's
don't.
very
That's a
false.
lie.
You know how much
That
of
is
a lie
just a
that is.
bold-faced lie to the audience, Dan.
Don't lie to the people or yourself.
Or us. Don't lie to
Yeah,
me,
don't
Dan.
lie to me, Dan,
I'm not
either.
lying.
We don't like liars in
Alright.
this house.
I won't lie.
Moving on.
Alright, let's start.
We're going to go in reverse order from quarter one, so Maria's going to start us off this time.
Oh my god! That was terrible. But either way, G-Idol. Oh my
Ouch.
god. Oh my god. All I gotta say, I mean, there's a lot I could say, but the aesthetics of the music video for Oh My God, fantastic. Really, you could see the money's being poured in now, probably due to them getting super popular these days. Minnie, this entire song, just Minnie. She just killed it. That song
that's
was
her
her
song.
fucking.
That's
You're
Minnie's
right,
song.
Kayla. The song was her song entirely. I was just like flabbergasted the beginning and the end when her vocals came in. I was just like, okay, girl, coming in. It reminded me of when she was in La Ta Ta with her and Yuki doing that 1-2 punch with the lyrics over there, and then like it happened again. Except, well, Yuki not as much, but like Minnie though. Physically took her hand out and slapped me with great vocals, and I loved it. Great job, Minnie. You're doing amazing. Soyeon doing Soyeon. She has that charisma, just excluding from her. You can hear it when she raps. You can hear it in her vocals. Sujin too, I felt like did a pretty good job on this track. I would say. I don't know why. I noticed her a good amount on here, but yeah. Overall, I this is definitely a step up from Senorita for sure. I mean, that was a while ago, but I feel like they're picking back up in their title tracks as of late, which I hope they continue with that. Yeah, another great song, right? That was co-created by Soyeon, and helped to keep up the great work. And I'm really digging this whole kind of vibe that they've had going on since like Lion, and I hope they keep doing different versions of it.
I will say the opposite. I liked I liked the uh-ohs and the senoritas probably a little bit more than most people. I know more people prefer Lion in this style. I liked the more hip-hoppy stuff that they were doing before. But I am happy to see that they're doing well. I think that G-Idol has probably ascended up into that like A-tier list girl groups. I think that they're still relatively new, but I think that they have a very big future. I know they're really popular all around, not just internationally. I think they're really growing in Korea as well. So I'm happy for them, but I'm excited to see what they do.
Yeah, I also really, really like this song. It is almost an exact replica of Lion, and I know Sammy thinks it is a worse version of Lion, which like I definitely see that.
That's it.
I see that comparison. It is a worse song than Lion. I think Lion's overall a better song, but I still love it. I was like not that into it when like Oh My God or the mini album, or I guess it's a single album because there's only like 3 songs on it. But I was not that into it at first, but now it's like one of my most played albums of Q2, so I'm a big fan of it now. So I like
I
it a
have
lot.
complicated feelings about this song. The song falls absolutely flat for me. It makes me feel nothing. But the video is gorgeous.
I was about to say the same thing.
I'll say the video production.
The video is
it's
gorgeous. Like
really
it's
pretty.
maybe their best video, and the visuals and they look stunning and everything is stunning. And I will watch it, but I feel the same thing as I would if I watched it on mute. The song does absolutely nothing for me. And I'm not the biggest fan of Lion either. I liked Lion, but I do prefer like Uh-Oh and their earlier stuff too. And I think Lion is fine, but this is similar style and I just think less impactful. It just doesn't make me...
It's the Soyeon factor that really
nothing.
makes it the hip-hop pop a lot more for me.
Mm-hmm. And
I think
it's
I just
not a
like
bad
her.
song.
No, it's not.
It's not
I
a
think
bad
it's
song.
still like
It
this.
just
There's bad
doesn't
songs.
do anything for me, and it's not my style of song. Which, again, I can see how people would love this song. I'm just not one of those people. And obviously other people on this podcast absolutely adore it.
Right. And that's a good thing. I think that if they can branch out this much and still have a growing fan base. I mean, it broke. It was...
Yeah, everyone loved
so
this
popular.
song. It was so good. So popular. The thing with it is also just like, G-Idol has done songs I've liked in the past. So the fact that they're able to do such different and they are able to like branch their music out, it's sort of like, I know I'm going to like something of theirs in the future. Maybe their next comeback, maybe the one after that. This one just didn't really work as well for me.
I will say, Dan, I do like Uh-Oh. It's for some reason, Senorita was just the one that never stuck with me that much.
I liked Senorita.
I don't know why.
Fine.
I think it was just like certain aspects of it with like lyrics and just the production was kind of rough for me. But otherwise, yeah, I feel like they've been like Soyeon with the mostly on the direction of Soyeon. Their title tracks have been slowly picking back up to I think at this point. So I like this direction personally. So I'm excited.
I like that. I think they're getting to that phase of whatever we release, we're gonna sell copies and we're gonna like be on charts and stuff. So
we can do the really experimental things.
They can do the experimental things. Now, this is when the group passes the point of we need to grow our popularity. I think they're already at that point where they're just like, all right, we have a dedicated fan base, and whatever we do will just steadily grow. So,
more experimental than I think they've ever done, but I do think that it still sounds like a G-Idol song, though. It's still well within what they're used to doing, and just sort of branching out.
Yeah, and I think that's something.
And evolving.
I think that's something about just Q2 in general. I think in general this whole quarter has been pretty experimental, which is why we've loved it a lot. We see a lot of groups definitely taking.
We had such a hard.
This
time
list was hard because I think a lot of groups did this thing where they just did. We have our sound. Let's do something a little bit different. Yeah, let's change.
Let's change it.
There's a lot of change this quarter.
Not just that, but also like we left how many songs?
A lot
we just went through a list.
Out.
We left.
Also,
enough for another video.
Should mention that everyone made their own individual Spotify playlist for Q2 that I'm going to link in the description of both Apple Podcasts and of our YouTube channel. So go check those out if you want to hear some of the other songs that we really enjoyed this quarter.
All right, so after G-Idol, we have Lucas.
I'm next, and I get the absolute pleasure of talking about WayV's new comeback, Turn Back Time. Oh boy, WayV snapped, and I can't understand how this group can snap so consistently every single time and make literal perfection. I can't... okay, I'm gonna be honest, it's not my favorite song they've ever released, but it's definitely my favorite comeback. Just the visuals, the video, the everything just coming together in such a way that, like, they could just put together this masterpiece that just exceeds all of my expectations. Because my expectations for WayV at this point are sky high. They are like, they have to make like god tier music for me to enjoy it at this point, but somehow they do it every single time, and I'm not sure how that works, but they do. And I'm still just blown away by the talent and the like, just perfection that this group brings forth every single time they release music. I can't understand it, but I I think we're all in agreement here that it's definitely our favorite album of Q2, possibly of the year so far.
Yes.
Of the year so far,
and it's
yes.
It's not even in Korean.
Yeah,
And
so quick disclaimer. We are fully aware WayV is a C-pop group, but for the purposes of this podcast, we are treating them as they're a K-pop group, because they essentially are, because they're under SM, they're in the NCT blanket.
And also, if I can put up, if they're essentially, their music videos work as K-pop music videos, in that we can put them, you're seeing it right next to us on the YouTube version. That works like a K-pop video. Yes. It's K-pop.
It's not going to get blocked by China, so it's fine.
Oh, trust us, we've had our problems with China
problems before.
I
love it
so much. I love this song so much.
It's so good.
Everything is perfect. Rapping on point. Visuals on point. Vocals on point.
Instrumentals on fucking point.
Oh my god, the instrumental. The dancing on point.
Music video is gorgeous.
Oh god,
concept
the music
is gorgeous.
All of the sets in that music video are just so well put together.
Goodness.
So beautifully done. Everything is just amazing. I love it. The vocals. They're killing the game.
WinWin almost didn't have the least amount of lines in a song. What is this?
WinWin had so many actual lines. I'm so happy.
Yep. And I'm going to put something out there. I think WayV is the most perfectly balanced SM group, if not K-pop group in general. There is no weak link. Everyone is just on par. Everyone is at the level. There's no one behind. There's no one straggling behind. And this might be the best SM release that they've done in a very long time.
I'm so happy that they're putting so much money into this group. Specifically money and time, and just like, they realize, they understand what they have, and they're saying, we need to invest in these people, because they can and will perform beyond every other group that we have. And so they realize, I think SM understands that they're like, okay, we need to, give these guys what they need. And they are. And they're giving us English content, they're giving us Korean content, Chinese content. They're promoting on.
They're giving us animal content.
They have 3 pets.
They
post
their
Instagrams.
On our icons.
Oh my goodness.
Instagram content for days.
Follow the WayV personal Instagrams for cute cat and dog pictures all the time.
Bella, Louie, and Leon are icons.
Iconic.
We are obsessed.
Icons. We love them.
Yeah, that song slapped.
The album slaps.
Yeah, it slapped. It was fun.
The album slaps in a way.
As someone who listens to Korean hip-hop, I'll put for idol rapping, it's pretty solid. I'll leave it at that.
I definitely agree.
So I don't get hated.
It's not
but
it's also not Korean, which again, Chinese. As someone who likes a decent amount of C-pop, as I've tried to show everyone else, and it's not worked as well as I'd hoped. It's such good C-pop. It is C-pop on another level.
This is like really, this is really interesting C-pop. But I think part of it is probably because it's got the K-pop money behind
version. It. No, it's also got the money behind it in a way that I don't think most others it's so good.
Yes, I think we've.
Yep.
There was a few saltiness when we were deciding who would get to talk about this song.
Oh my god.
There was a lot of saltiness about a lot of these
I knew
songs.
I wasn't going to get a chance.
So it was to make this clear, there was exactly one person who was very salty about it.
Yeah.
Luke was, because he didn't give it to me.
No, because Lucas, this is Lucas's top 3 boy group, whatever.
Top 3 groups
and he
total.
took the song.
So.
Yeah.
So yes, I won. Get destroyed.
Yeah, it was unfortunate, but I'm okay because we still get to talk about it.
You're still salty in that you
I'm
just
still
brought
salty,
it up.
but I'm okay with it now.
All right.
I've moved
Moving on.
Speaking of moving on,
enough of our personal problems.
Dan, would you like to go with your first song now?
Absolutely. June 1st, we had our first Twice comeback of the year. Yay. We have more and more. And I'll say I've listened to Twice a couple times, and I've listened to this album and this title track a couple more times. The average amount.
Not over 2,000 plays on Twice at all.
Nothing like that.
Not at all. Totally healthy amount of Twice obsession.
Yep.
Totally, just only somewhat likes Twice.
Somewhat. I was super happy. I was looking forward to this for so long. There was a lot of emotion involved. I was really excited, and it came out at a great time, and it had a pretty big emotional impact on me. I think I just wasn't ready at the time. I don't know, but it was a lot of fun. And this comeback is fun. They really pushed the summer concept in a good way. I do not think, I'll say it right now, I don't think it's their best title track, but it's definitely a really fun one. And I do think this is one of their best choreographies that they've done. I really enjoy it. I think it's fun to watch. It's mesmerizing, and anytime they do it live, it's also fun to watch. I love the visuals that they went with this like hippie look. I think they all looked great. It was fun and amazing to see Mina back in full force promoting again. It was a huge thing with Feel Special, and it was great to see her back just performing with everyone just like it was before, and it was really nice to see that. I don't know, there's so much I could talk about Twice, but I loved it, and I listened to it, and I bought every album, and I had to talk about them some more.
Yeah, this was a pretty good follow-up, I say, to Feel Special. I mean, Feel Special for me, though, set the bar pretty damn high. And not just the title track, but also that EP, because I thought that was a really freaking awesome EP. I'm saying it's probably one of my favorite girl group, like, EPs ever at this point, because I thoroughly enjoyed that. I thought this was a pretty solid follow-up. Definitely, I don't think it exceeded Feel Special, but I enjoyed it. I think it's, I think they did really great with the choreography. I feel like I agree with pretty much most of what you said there, Dan, and it's great to see Mina back, honestly, because I'm like, something feels off about Mina, but she's back. She's back. It seems like she's doing a lot more, she's a lot more healthier and whatnot, and that's good to see too as well. Probably also helps too that, pandemic. So probably calm some things down in Twice's schedule, I imagine. So, which is probably a good thing for all of them, honestly.
Because JYP artists don't get breaks, that's just a fact.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why would they?
I'm gonna
make the money.
They
I'm
make
gonna
the
agree
money.
with both of you and say maybe not my favorite song, but yeah, I think it's definitely my favorite Twice choreography to date. They really, I can tell, at least Momo, freaking had a great time with this choreo.
Momo actually looks like she's happy with her choreo.
She went off. She freaked out. It was great. We all loved her. We all loved the choreo. The intro and then the whole dance break literally was, I don't know. I thought it was iconic. It was great.
Yeah, this is also not one of my favorite Twice songs. I do like it a decent amount more than a lot of their songs, so I did like it a lot.
It's like a mid-tier
mid-high.
song.
I'd say it's mid-high.
Like
I definitely enjoyed it.
For me, it's mid-high, yeah.
For me, it's mid-tier because I personally, it's sort of the opposite problem I usually have with Twice songs, which is I really like the verses. I don't really like the drop that much. For me, it's sort of meh. The chorus itself is not my favorite. I think the choreography is their best. I think the instrumental I'm not the biggest fan of. I think it could have been something different, but for overall, it's probably one of the better Twice songs.
Yep. And this Twice is going through the transition, right? Because they are the most popular girl group, and it's kind of like we started off as this bubblegum pop cute thing, and now they're kind of trying to, grow out of that, and what is the easiest way of doing that? And it's going into these dance tracks is kind of the best transition. They started with Fancy, and so from now on they've been trying to push this way, and this is probably the easiest way of slowly making it more mature, but not in a shocking way. So I think it really fit that tone well. I think it was more mature than definitely, you look back to TT and stuff, it's definitely a lot more mature than that. And it didn't feel off. It still felt very Twice in the way things were done. It was really, I don't know, it was a stable comeback, and I mean, it charted well, and they won awards, and it's Twice. It's like a given at this point. It's like one of the most highest selling albums that they've done, because they just break their own records every year they release something. So I'm happy for them. It's always great to see a Twice release as a Twice fan, so I'm happy, and I love Twice, and like the expectations were high, and they were still able to leave me happy and not disappointed, you know. So that's a great thing to say. Yay, Twice.
So my first song is One Lucid Dream by Golden Child, and if you're a fan of our Road to Kingdom coverage, you know that I have gone through a complete roller coaster of emotions with Golden Child this quarter. But this song that they released after they lost Road to Kingdom, but it's okay because they may have lost that show, but they definitely won with this comeback and this song because it is fantastic. Ever since they made their concept change with WANNABE and Without You, they just keep continuing on and keep making absolutely amazing songs. And I feel like I'm always expecting at some point to be like semi-disappointed with one of these songs, but I haven't so far. They just keep stepping up the quality. And also need to point out that this music video is the best music video Woolm Entertainment has ever produced as a company ever in their history. It's so much better than any other Woolm music video that exists. It's so good. It's so cool. I like this song a lot. It follows in a similar sort of style of WANNABE and Without You without being like a problem that a lot of groups have where the songs sound like similar to each other. It's very much a different song, but at the same time is still like very similar style. And it's just really fun. I like it a lot.
I think it's my turn to talk.
This is
Okay.
Lucas's favorite song.
This is gonna need about 5 minutes, guys.
This song, oh boy. So, this is my favorite song so far of the year. I needed to be in an emotional state to get ready to listen to Golden Child, because listening to Golden Child makes me like visibly like I need emotional space after listening to them, because I am so obsessed with their sound. And the first time I listened to the song, I actually started crying. That's not a joke. I literally started weeping once the bridge hit and the bass line just went off. Bro, this song is too good, and I don't have words. So, someone else talk, please.
I was gonna say, I think WANNABE is still my favorite, but this is definitely a good follow-up to that concept that they're pushing, and vocally top 10 out of 10, and visually 10 out of 10. Great music video to go with it as well. I think it gets stuck in your head, man, and every now and then I just like, I'm trying to sleep and I just go down, down, down. It gets stuck in your head, and I love that. It's always a good feeling to have, especially when you have a song you want it to click like that, and it really did. Like very rarely do I listen to a song, watch the music video, and just am like, love it on first listen. It usually takes me at least 2 before I really, first time to listen to process, and then a second time to really start enjoying it, right? But I think with Lucid Dream, it was just like the first listen, I was already like, oh, wow, this is something special. I really like it. So that was exciting. It just has that instant like catchiness that you want from a group. So I loved it.
I genuinely believe that Golden Child is one of those groups that has that little special something that nobody else has. Because at this point, I don't know if it's just their producers, if it's just their stage presence, I don't know what they have, but they have something. I genuinely believe that there's not that many groups in music, period, that have that special something, but I'm almost positive that Golden Child has it at this point. Because I don't understand like how they can do this over and over again. And I definitely hear that X Factor thing that they have. And I'm so excited every time I hear anything that Golden Child makes.
I honestly think that the switch in concept for Golden Child has been one of the best things ever happened, because they were good with the cute concept. But this is just such...
It's just them. On another level of just...
them. It is... all of them encapsulate this concept so well, and they pull it off so well that they just... Every single song has just been incredible.
Yes.
And just... like if you think that it's just gonna be like, oh well, now they're finally settling, the songs will be good, but no, they just keep upping it and upping and upping and like
Yeah.
you think it's a 10 and then
keep
no, there's a new bar for
keep
the
getting
10.
better, and I don't understand how, but it just keeps happening.
Because I think I kind of put it together as "Wannabe" is my favorite song, "Without You" is my favorite choreo, and this is my favorite video. But they're all like it's some combination
of that.
Because I think "Without You" is definitely the best choreo. I think because this "Wannabe's" okay, and this one's okay.
I'm not a big fan of
This
this
choreo's
choreo
like
that much.
it's
fine.
The
Favorite
choreo of this is kind of fine, but the visuals in the music video just absolutely
music video
make up for everything.
So shocked when I saw this music video because I'm like, this is not a
Willow's
videos video, like the low quality Willow music video.
This looks more expensive than anything Woollim has ever done. Before.
I don't understand where Woollim got the money, but I'm happy that they did. So,
moving on.
Sammy, it's your turn.
Yay! So now, I get to talk about 17's new song,
Whoop.
Left and Right.
Whoop whoop.
And as usual, they deliver another amazing, incredible banger of a song. And I absolutely adore, like, the change in direction for this song. Because it's so chill, it's so fun, it's just so... It's exactly what I needed in this hellscape of a year, was just a fun 17 song. Because you had Fear and you had Hit last year, which were, like, so intense, so, like, they were at a 12, it was just a lot. And even with My, with the pre-release single for this, it was lighter, it was softer. And this was just super fun and super chill and super easy to listen to and, like, a good respite from that intense comeback. It was just such a good break, a good breather, because I think 17 recently had just been like upping the intensity every comeback, and I don't know how much more intense you can get than Fear and Hit, so they just were like, nah, we need a break, we need to relax. And this is just a super fun summer song and I love it.
Yeah, and I love the quote that they have on the wall in that video, which is "Do your best but maybe not sometimes." And it's like, thank you. Because it's like, you always get so pressured, like, oh, you have to be the best, be better than everyone, be on the top. And it's like, yeah, you can do that, but obviously everyone needs a break. Everyone needs to relax. Just, vibe, chill. It's summer. You don't have to, like, life isn't this crazy competition every single second where you have to be better than everyone else or else you're a failure. It's like, contentment is, like, achievable, and you can, like, just enjoy your life. And it's like, yeah, you have to remember that sometimes it's just more important to, relax, take time for yourself, and just, vibe. And vibe with 17 and this amazing song.
Yep.
Yeah, I like this song a lot. I tend to be a big fan of the, like, more upbeat, like, happy 17 songs, and so this is, like, it just gets better on re-listens for me, too, because every time it's just, like, so fun just to listen to.
And I love our boy Scoops is back. He's so cute.
Yes, he's just so happy he's back. They're all just having so much fun and just, like, living their best life and just vibing.
Such a vibe.
I love it.
Random side note, too, for 17. So weird to see their music video under the big
That
hit
is
labels.
strange.
Yeah.
I just
This
it
is
throws me for a loop.
Yes.
Still, I'm like, oh my god, that's a thing now.
Yep. They're under big... This is their first video under big hit labels.
It's exciting. I'm very happy about it. I get to see my old groups all on the same YouTube channel. What?
This is another song where we had a very fun way of deciding who got to talk about the song, in that me and
Rock,
Lucas played virtual rock paper
We had to post in a Discord chat at the
figure out
same
who got
time.
it.
Whoever won.
Ready?
Enter,
and
she
I
won.
won!
So I got take back time, and she
Yes.
got 17.
Alright, now I think we're back to Maria.
Yes.
Alright! We got pporappippam. Or, I think literally translated, it's Purple Night.
I'm so glad you can actually pronounce the title.
Yeah, because I was...
Pporappippam.
my first note on this is that this is another K-pop song of this year that I cannot pronounce. There's been a lot of those this year.
This has been the year of unpronounceable title tracks, and it's just getting worse by the looks of things, so...
If you want a quick Korean lesson, Pora is purple, Bam is night, and then the one that I know for sure it means is, like, light, as in, like, like the sun, or like, you know, like light from a lamp kind of thing. There could be other words for that, but so I guess the way I see it is like purple light night, or it could be like a light purple, or like a shade of purple night or something like that. But I don't know for sure. Don't quote me on it, but that's what I was able to break down. But anyways, SUNMI. God, I love her. I freaking love SUNMI. In my eyes, she could do no wrong, but that's also just me. I probably have mentioned it before a couple of times, but like I saw her live back in, was it 20? No, not 2018. 2019. Yeah. I saw her in last year, in March, and then I saw BTS in May, so that was a whirlwind of 2 months right there. But yeah, she was fantastic live. This was right when Noir dropped, like I think about a week before she came to New York City. Fantastic. And she's been going for like this like older style kind of vibe, and she decided to take an influence from city pop, which I don't think a lot of y'all know, but I fucking love city pop. Like, it's like one of those genres along with New Jack Swing. Even if it does sound generic in some ways, I'm just gonna probably fucking love it whenever it's played, or whenever someone takes influence from it. And this is the case with SUNMI. I thought she did a pretty good twist of using city pop in the song. And the more I think about it, the more I think this is a song for her fans, because her fandom color is purple. And I made the connection like about a week ago. It's like, oh yeah, this could be a fan song, but like a classy fan song that you probably couldn't tell in first listen. But yeah, she does great. Nice choreography, killing it with the singles. I hope at some point within the next couple of years she decides to drop another project, like EP or maybe a full-length album. But for now, she seems to be taking her time, releasing singles, doing her thing. Killing it, honestly. And yeah, I'm a fan of this. She did fantastic.
Yeah, I think it's a great comeback. I wasn't the biggest fan of La La Lay. I thought it was okay. I've liked a lot of her other songs a lot more, so I'm very happy to see that I love one of her comebacks again. La La Lay was okay. It was like, it kind of didn't disappoint me, but it was like, I have an expectation from SUNMI, and it was like, a little not what I wanted, which is like not fair to her, because it's like, I don't know. La La Lay was also a little experimental, so it was whatever. But I really like. Oh, the video is so good. I loved them. My favorite part of this track was definitely the percussion. That like super like bassy percussion like that drove the whole song was a big thing I loved about it.
Yeah, I absolutely love the instrumental.
Yeah, this instrumental was
I think it's
super
so pretty.
good.
Yeah.
Fantastic
So
instrumental.
The like sort of opening instrumental part reminds me like it's something out of a video game. Like it could be like in a Legend of Zelda.
Yeah,
or
something like
that.
It was super cool.
I also love that this is just another like kind of chill bop.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not super flashy. It's not like her most like powerful in your face song. It was just like something real chill, especially since we're all like stuck in our houses and not doing anything. That's the kind of music we need right now.
Also, because it's like city pop. City pop always gives me a summer vibe, which perfect timing for this release right before the summer. It's like a chill summer vibe. Granted, you can't really go out as often and be chill in the summer, but like
you
if
can chill in your house.
Beach, though,
you chill in your house. It's fine.
You take you build a sandcastle in your house.
You can do more chill summer vibes than you can club bangers right now.
Right.
True.
Well, I'm gonna say it. This is my favorite SUNMI song. Period. I love this song. All right. I have a lot. Okay, so this is one of the the infamous June 29th releases.
Oh,
yeah.
Where we had like
so many of those.
June
29th is a day in K-pop. It is by far one of the most fun days I've ever had listening to music videos. We had a whole bunch of releases.
We were just all here, and we're just like,
how many more songs are we gonna get today?
I think we have two more from just that day. And
this is on our entire quarter 2 list. June 29th, barely at the end of the quarter, we had to add in so many songs. We're thinking like, oh, is this just like because we just heard it, or are they really that good?
And then like I'm still month later, and we're still listening to all of these songs.
Still listening to all those songs. it took me, I think, I want to say almost 5 times before I even visually was able to comprehend the music video, because I just kept listening to the track and I just loved it so much that my eyes just blinked out. I couldn't watch it. It was so, I was just so in love with the song. It's so happy. It made me so happy to listen to. I love SUNMI. I loved Heroin was one of my first K-pop songs that I ever like discovered, and so she's always had a place in my heart. And then last year, La La Lay wasn't my favorite, but this was exactly what I wanted to hear, and I listened to this song on repeat, I think, for days. It was so good, and I still love it. Listening to it now, again, just reminds me of how much I love the song. It's so happy, and I love SUNMI. I love her interaction with, she goes back to JYP, and she's, like, still asking, like, check out my music video, I want your approval. She's adorable. She loves her fans, and this song was just perfect, and it's just, I love the vibe that she's portraying, and I could listen to it ever.
The aesthetic of this music video is
the aesthetic, yeah, like watching the music video of After, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a great music video as well. It's so her. That's the best part. Just her being her, and she is a fun gal, and it's so easy to replicate just how fun she is. So I don't know. I love it. I love it so much.
And I want to say too, before we hop off this, for at least this song, I think her lyrical writing and production skills have increased a lot over time. And I think she worked with, I want to say France on the song. I could be wrong though. Don't quote me on that. But good pairing. I think they've done quite a few other songs together, and it's just kind of like clicked really well. She's found like a good producer, or a good few producers that help her, like, not only with track production and being involved in that, but also with like lyrical writing, and like to help her improve as like an artist overall. And I think it's been paying off in big strides for her.
Next, we're moving on to the song that I think has changed hands the most amount
Oh,
of
yes.
times.
Can we give a backstory
Can
on
we
this
get the backstory
song?
on this?
So this song, okay, so I claimed this song when TXT announced the comeback. I'm like, I'm taking it. And then I essentially gifted it to Dan.
Handed it to Dan on a silver platter.
I was just like, here, Dan, I'm going to talk about another song. This is for you. It is a gift for you.
And I was super happy, and I love it.
And then
he
took
stabbed
it
me
and
in
threw
the
it in the
back.
garbage.
He stabbed me in the back and spit in my face.
Wow, Dan.
Call it selfish, but I knew that this song was so good that someone else would be willing to talk about
your
it,
excuse?
so I could take on another song.
Mind you, we're going to get to that song that he swapped this song out for.
We will also refer to that song.
You're gonna hear our opinions on that.
But
You almost
then
are you saying, Dan, that you almost did not let this song be in this?
That's what
quarter?
almost happened.
I took that risk,
No,
but I
you
knew
didn't
it would
take
make
the
it into our
risk.
top
You-
25.
You
I
threw
did.
this song in the
You're
garbage.
kidding
threw
me,
it in the
Dan. How
garbage.
dare you?
This is
you
one of my
lied.
favorite songs from quarter 2.
You threw
Don't
it
make-
in the garbage.
Dan, you
Oh my
kicked Hyun and
gosh.
Kai in the face and slapped Bumgyu in the face.
No!
and I had to go into the trash bin, climb through it, and take this diamond.
Save our poor baby.
Take the diamond out of the
polished
trash.
it.
Don't do this
Did a
to
little
me.
swipe,
I love
clean it
TXT.
off. Swipe,
They're
swipe.
one of my
And I had
favorites.
to, save this because I knew that this could not be not talked about. And that song is, of course, Can't You See Me by TXT, their new comeback. I don't understand how a human being with more than 2 brain cells could say, yes, I don't want to talk
Oh
about
my
this
gosh.
song. I want to put this
I want
song
to talk about
in
the
this song,
trash.
not
We
about
love
how
this
I
song.
didn't talk about the song, because I have my own opinions about
Alright.
this
This
song
song
still.
is...
You're not allowed an opinion on this
You
song
can
anymore.
shut up.
Dan does not talk in this section.
This is
No, it's
sad.
not. It's deserved. This song is amazing! How could you do... What? I don't understand. This song is so...
I love this song.
It's such a vibe. I love the music video, except until the end, where they throw
Oh,
tomatoes
Strawberries
at their
and tomatoes.
$3,000
Strawberries.
outfits. I was looking at their outfits being like, those are very expensive outfits. Oh no, that's a strawberry and a tomato all over it, and it's now ruined. Oh no. And I got very uncomfortable. But besides that, this song is perfect.
You sure those outfits weren't last year's models?
No, they were not.
No,
they're this season.
Big Hit's got too much money. They're this season's
Yes, definitely.
collection. I love how dramatic
It's
this song
so-
is. I love
It's so dramatic.
Ridiculous.
I love like the evolution of TXT from like cute to like the
We're like full in the emo phase. Emo TXT
They are,
right now.
They are
Big
emo
emo
TXT,
boys.
and I
I love
love
them.
it so much.
I think my favorite
Like-
part of the song is definitely the like before the second chorus where they do that whole like distorted voice like you can't understand
Yes.
me.
And that is
Oh.
the theme of the EP
Oh,
as well.
It's so cool.
It's such a good EP. It's
All right.
such a good. Like,
Dan,
the
you're not
whole,
talking.
The whole evolution.
shut up.
I'm allowed to still
No.
talk.
No, you're not.
Gosh
get-
darn it.
Fine, Dan, but before that, I love just the TXT is just improving so much every comeback. Like you think that they're like, oh no, they're just at a level, and then they just exceed that and just get better and better.
Yeah.
From vocals to their rapping, they're just growing.
Yeah,
and
they're
evolving.
still
I
growing.
love the direction that they're going in, and they're still so young that they still have so much.
Want to
left
give a shout
to
out
do.
to the Puma MV and
Oof.
also the 19-minute long Eternally short film.
That 19-minute
man.
long Eternally MV
Such
is
a
a
long
horror
short.
short. That's a fucking horror short.
Yeah, I was
I
confused
love it
by
so
the
much.
storyline of that.
I
was
love
just
it
like,
so
what's
much.
I
The Puma
saw
MV
it
is
was
the evolution
19
of
minutes,
emo.
and I was like, "What is this?"
And I call the Puma MV the evolution of emo.
Mhm.
As an emo kid, I think 13-year-old me would have been obsessed with it.
Oh man.
Little 13-year-old me going through my emo phase with like MCR and like Panic at the Disco would have killed for Puma. I would have
Yes.
loved that.
Yes. Oh, same here, probably. Not the openly emo kid, but like the one who listened to emo music from time to time a lot more than most people.
Nah, I was
yeah.
an emo kid, man.
Yeah.
For the next song, we have 8 by IU featuring SUGA. When this was announced, I don't think anyone thought this song was going to be bad. I think you just had like 2 of the biggest names there in K-pop, BTS and IU, and it was just going to be like an instant hit, #1 track for as long as it can be on there. And it was. It was expected, and it hit every chart as you would expect. This song was great. I think it was Kayla and I that literally just battled it out for who could listen
Yeah,
to it
I
on
just
repeat
left
for
it
the
on
most.
repeat for like an
repeat.
entire day.
And
On
that's-
repeat.
This song is so spammable. That's probably the first thing I'll say about it. It's a very soothing song to listen to. It's definitely a song you could leave in the background, but also shines in its own right, just focusing in on it. But it's a beautiful track. IU has a very unique style to her songs, and I love IU. It's probably one of the artists that solo artists that really I listen to the most, and I enjoy her personality the most, and it really transcends into her music. And when I heard that she was doing a cooperative track with SUGA, I was just like, oh, I was unexpected collaboration, but one that I'm excited to listen to. And when it came out, it was beautiful. I think it's got very sad undertones to it, but I think that's what makes it so charming. It's a beautiful music video, and it really incorporates SUGA in a good way. His section doesn't feel out of place. I think it fits with the theme. I think his voice complements hers in ways I didn't realize. I think this is SUGA's path. If dare I say, after
You
BTS,
do not dare.
I
not
dare
dare.
say, I think this is what he is his best. I think he is a great producer, and I think he's a great feature artist, as well as, as we will talk about later, a soloist. I think this is where he shines the most, and I think that people really value his input, and I think IU really, it was a good choice for her. So yeah, I love this song. I think it's on my like top 20 songs I've listened to the most on Spotify, which is kind of crazy because it's a short song. I think that also really makes it Samuel. But I love it. I think it's a fun song, and I think it's really fun to listen to.
Damn, Dan, you're taking all my notes on this
Sorry.
song right here. No, I'm kidding. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I'm just going to basically reiterate for the most part what you said. I will say this, though. I do kind of go back and forth whether his feature was necessary in this song a little bit.
I mean,
but
rarely are features necessary.
What?
Rarely are features necessary.
True.
Right.
But in this one, I think it was because it was so short to me, I was just like, I felt like it would have made more sense if it was longer and a longer song. But anyways, I will say, very impressed with his production skills on this song. Because, for a while, when he was producing for other artists, he was mainly focusing on R&B artists and doing a lot of R&B music. He did a song for Epic High off of their Sleepless In EP that was definitely like a more chill hip-hop. And, of course, with Daechwita, which a song we're going to talk about later, more hip-hop heavy focused and more trap production. And now he's definitely dipping his toes into a pop style. And I'm really impressed with his versatility and productions in like music production. Really, really impressive. And it's great that this is such a win for him too. And for IU as well, being able to like branch out and collab with other idols that are producing songs that are becoming hits in Korea right here. But for SUGA too, especially. This is going to be, such a great career thing for him. Such a great career move, being able to, hell, maybe he could produce for other idol groups in the future for all we know. Like he's dipping his toes and showing that he is very, very versatile. And I'm excited and where that's going to take him.
I'm surprised he actually works with IU. He does have a very particular style of his own, and usually I did not think that those two would work well as they do together. That's what surprised me mostly.
All right. Great. I think next we have
Kayla.
Yes.
Kayla.
So, my next song is Oh Really, period, by N.Flying.
Period.
That's the actual title of the song. And I just love it. It's so typical N.Flying, and they tried to, like, I think with the teasers for the song, try to trick everyone into thinking they were going like a rock ballad direction, and then the song came out and it was just not that at all. It was just their like typical, like, fun, like, really peppy song. I love N.Flying and their style of music and their music videos so much. They advertise their own light stick in the music video, like on like an actual like the equivalent of like a QVC program.
It's amazing.
And I just love how like fun and stupid, and I mean stupid in the most endearing way possible, that N.Flying just is as a group, and the type of music they release. All of their music videos are so fun. Their music is so fun. Their B-sides are always really good. This was not an exception. Their rest of the songs was really good.
This song made me go. It inspired me to go on a like entire N.Flying discography listen, where I'm just like sitting here listening to everything, and I'm just like, I'd heard it before, and I'd known N.Flying, and I liked a lot of their titles, but like I was just going deep into their B-sides, and I was just like, oh my god.
Their B-sides are some of the best.
Why are we not talking about how Hwa Sa is one of the best K-pop vocalists? Why are we not talking about this?
He is so good. So good.
Why are we not
such a good vocalist?
Why is not everyone talking about this at all times?
He's so good. So underrated, but he is definitely, he is so honestly one of the best K-pop vocals ever. He's so good.
And not the first band we'll be talking about today, but
definitely not at all. We have really all of the bands covered here today.
We love the bands.
I love this track. I think at first it took me a while until it really clicked for me, but once it did, I really liked it. Oh, really liked it. Oh, did I really like it? Yep.
Oh, really?
And I also loved the B-sides as well. I think they really were on par with the title track. I think that's a huge compliment, because sometimes I'll listen to the title track for a lot of groups that I don't normally listen to, and then move on and not really bother keep listening to the EP. But I definitely loved the EP as much as I loved the title track. I think I'd like to shout out EO. I think that's probably my favorite.
Oh, if I'm being honest, Flower Fantasy might be one of my favorite B-sides of this year from any group.
Ooh. Snap. There we go.
That's just
Snap.
facts.
Good B-sides, good title track.
Yes. They're
N.Flying,
I recommend
very
if you
impressive.
like don't listen to them to just go like watch some of their music videos. Their music
They're
videos are
so
so
fun.
fun.
They're
They're
so
so
cute.
fun.
They're very cute.
Oh, it's also N.Flying's first comeback with their new bassist, who was leader of Honey Est, who was it's a disbanded FNC group, but now he's in N.Flying and their new bassist, and he's very
Yay.
cute in this music video too.
Amazing.
Next, Sammy.
Yay! I get to talk about Astro's Knock. And Astro is killing it yet again. Astro. They just have gone all in on this super classy sound, and I am living for it at all times, and they are pulling it off to perfection. They're another group that I think is just super well balanced. They work so perfectly together. MJ's vocals in this song are just amazing. Then you have like Jinjin and Rocky's rapping, which just work so perfectly together with everything else, and the choreo and the aesthetics and the video and the visuals and everything. All of it is just perfect, and I love it so much.
I think maybe not my favorite song from them, but definitely my favorite visual concept they've done so far. I think. I remember I like watching they react to when their music video comes out or whatever, like the Astro reacts to the music video for the first time after it's done, and they were like all really freaking out because they said, oh yeah, because obviously if you've watched the video, most of it's CG, because they kind of just do but like all of the CG that they did still kind of fits in with that, like, you know, all night blue flame, like that kind of vibe, because most of the stuff before was like practical like sets, but now they kind of switching over to CG sets more. And they were like all talking about like, oh, I was really scared because it's all CG, but no, it still looks just as good. And I think I definitely agree that the CG and like the whole visual aspect of this music video is so good.
It looks so
Yeah,
good.
Fantasia did an amazing job with the CG and all of the
And
like
again,
design.
it's not my favorite of Astro
Yeah,
songs,
no.
but it's just still just continuing to just do
Just padding the
great
discography
things
because, you
and
know,
just
they need it.
continuing, like, keeping it at a 10 out of 10, and I'm loving it.
This is one of my favorite mini albums of this year. I listen to it constantly, and all of the songs are just so good. They're so easy to listen to.
Yeah, they're all big summer bops.
There isn't a single song in that album I don't like. Like, it's really good.
A no skip album. Yay.
Yeah, it's just one of those albums that, like, I've just put on that album and just played it through, and then it just repeats, and I'm just like, well, I'm just playing this through again now.
Yep.
That's just what I'm doing. It's so good.
It is very good.
I think I really liked it. I think the biggest thing I could say is I remember listening to it when it came out, and then I didn't listen to it for a while, and then I remember myself randomly at work just being like, knock, 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 stuck in my head for like an hour. And I'm like, how do I have this stuck in my head? I haven't listened to it in like a week. And then I went back and listened to it again. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. It's actually a really good song, and it gets stuck in your head. So I have that tendency to randomly, my brain will just start singing choruses from K-pop songs. Thankfully, the English parts is what stucks in my head, and not some random Korean part where I can't pronounce properly. So knock, knock, easy to remember. I like knock. There's a lot of knocks K-pop songs that we can name, and I think this is up there with one of the best ones. So congrats, Astro, you did it again.
Okay. And
Awesome.
All right,
Yes.
next we got Maria's next song.
All right. It's the one and the only A to the G to the U to the S T D. He D boy. Okay, we'll stop there. But yeah,
Enough.
with his I guess you could say he didn't promote it technically because they never
surprise
Surprise
mixtape.
that we thought was gonna drop on D1, but no, he surprised us with D2. Biggest surprise in release terms, but very clever, I will say.
So clever.
But yes, it is.
We didn't even know what it was.
We're just like, we didn't know what it was teasing.
We're like getting
what
something.
was happening.
We're
I'm
like,
excited.
something.
Wait, is it Jungkook?
I was like,
Wait,
it has
is
to
it
be
something
either.
and I'm
What's going
excited.
on?
It was either gonna be Suga or Jungkook though, based
Yeah.
on if you were paying attention, you knew who was working on music.
Yeah, it was like D minus
gonna
2.
be
We
either
were
one of
all
those
like, wait,
two.
what's going on? And then it just stopped. It was like D2. Wait, August D2. We all freaked out.
Everyone freaked.
Everyone-
the
And then
hell
it just
out.
dropped, and it was
And
like,
he
wait,
gave us
what?
a whole. There's like what 11 tracks in this album. Yeah,
So good.
Mixtape.
Such
but
a
yeah.
Full
good
It's a-
mixtape, yeah.
Whole
a
ass
thing.
mixtape. Long one. But yes, the one, the only August D came back with Daechwita. Yes. So, this is like what I've been wanting from Suga. Just to come back and just go ham. Just get gnarly in his rapping and just go fucking crazy. And that's what he did. He went fucking crazy in this song, and I'm here for it. He's like, I'm a king, I'm a boss, and I'm like, yes, you are, fam. You doing
You
that
are all
thing.
of the
You
above.
worked your ass.
Yes.
Or yes, you're all
Yeah.
of them. You're doing that. You're doing it. And he's doing it with some style, mainly big ass historical movie set and probably some filming at certain temples, I'm willing to bet, because damn, they went for the aesthetics in this music video. Also, surprise Jin.
Oh,
Surprise
Jin
Jin and
Jungkook.
Jungkook.
Surprise Jin and
Top
Jungkook.
10
Surprise
scenes
Jin
in
in a
all of
beard.
Jin
K-pop.
in a beard.
in the
Cameo.
background right there.
Bearded Jin fighting Jungkook.
But yeah, I really like the aesthetics too, and how it played with the and just kind of some of the more cultural stuff, like about their not have a king that couldn't have a scar, but yet Suga has a scar on his face and is still winning it. We have the executioner even in that scene where he's tied up and a bunch of them are bopping their heads, which I'm pretty sure must have hurt after a while, because good lord.
It
Head
does.
banging.
The song
Head
instinctually
banging.
makes
Head
me
banging.
head bang.
Intense.
And I do it every time this song comes
You
on, and
have
I'm
to
like, my
headbang.
neck
You
hurts.
cannot-
Yes.
My neck,
Yeah.
You have to. It's
Hurts.
required.
They're trying to film that. Oh god, I can just imagine.
like, I love the vibe of the song. I'm such a sucker for traditional concept.
Yes.
I
Oh,
love
yeah,
a traditional
like-
concept from anybody, and this is
History
just so
buff
well
me loves this
executed.
crap.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
I essentially headbang every time it comes on, and it hurts my neck.
I'm headbanging right now.
I know, it's so good.
Daechwita. Yeah,
Take a minute,
yeah.
take a
I
time.
even love the things like the little details, like the executioner, because what he was doing in the music video, this executioner, before he supposedly cuts off Suga's head, but then doesn't. He's like, actually, he got the big ass sword. He's spraying the soju all over the goddamn sword and like swinging it around. I'm like, that's apparently an actual ritual thing that they did in the past, the executioners. So like, it was all part of the routine thing. And I'm like, I like that shit. Also, I like the motifs of like, again, you got Suga the Min Yoongi the person, and then like his idol / music persona self coming back. And again, like if you compare it to Interlude Shadow, and then this is kind of like you got the whole there's two sides of me thing going on again. And this one, Suga shoots down the king, and this at the end of the music video, which is like
And then you can
very,
just go
very
into the whole.
interesting.
Then you go down the rabbit hole of all of the video theories, and then you just get stuck in the rabbit hole of all the BTS theories, and then you're there for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Never
exactly.
emerging from your cave.
Yep, never,
would you?
never.
Having
never,
learned
but
8
yes.
different psychology concepts along the way.
Yeah.
The song itself is a very, I think, straightforward, braggadocious kind of song, but you know what?
But it's so
Suga's
well
great at
done.
that. It's so
Yeah.
great.
It's so
He
well
kills
done,
it.
and it also there's
Yeah.
enough. He has what a lot of K-pop idols don't have when they make that kind of song, which is he actually has the skills and the persona and the confidence
Mhm.
and the actual
Exactly.
aesthetic behind what he's saying. He's bragging
Exactly.
about how powerful and how big and how successful he is.
Which he
Which
is.
is like trap.
Which, again, you
It's
are
true.
if you are successful,
It
you
is
get to
true.
do that. The bigger problem comes when they try to do it, but you don't have it.
Yeah.
It's not a fake it till you make it situation. You have
Oh, yeah,
to
he
have
has
that. He has it. He brags about the things that are actually a part of his life, And they do now at this point contribute to a lot of rap because it's about being successful, and a lot of rap is about being super successful and having money, which he does have.
Yeah, I also loved reading all of the lyrics for all of his tracks and just like delving into like his lyricism, because that's one of my favorite parts about AGUST D. Is his lyrics are insane, and I loved specifically on Daechwita, because we're talking about is like the main like one of the main verses is he's talking about literally like, oh, my entire life I've been like, oh, I want to be on top, I want to be a king, I want to be a boss, I want to be like on top of everybody, but now I am, and like, what do I do now? It's like now I don't have any more goals because I've met all of the goals that I set out when I started being an idol, and I don't know what to do anymore, and now I'm trying to just like, you know, reconnect with myself and be a real person, and like, you know.
So I think next we have Lucas's song.
Okay, this is gonna be a hard song to talk about because
We're
I
not
actually
gonna have much
no,
to
not
say.
for the reason you think, but because I actually haven't listened to this song that many times, and for a very good reason. So the song,
It makes us all very
so
sad.
the song
Sad.
is Day6's Zombie. I've listened to the song a handful of times just because every time I do, I start like vehemently sobbing because I relate to the song more than I should.
This song calls me to go into weird spirals in my headspace where I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know what to do with myself for like an hour.
The song itself is amazing. It's another Day6 comeback that, you know, Day6 has some of my favorite music in K-pop, if they're even considered K-pop at this point. But they're just, it's an amazing song. It's an amazing, like, it's just truly, I almost consider it art, where it's just like, you know, the point of the music is to like bring emotions, right? And it brings emotions out of you, and it brings like
It brings the
self-reflection.
flood.
Yeah, it brings floods of tears, and it was specifically great right now because it's all about every day is like a cycle, and I can't break out of the cycle, which is, you know, we're all staying home, we're all not doing anything with our lives. It's the same thing where it's like I feel like I'm not progressing. I'm just like, you know, living every day. Every day is just pointless. It's like I don't know what to do. I feel like a zombie, and it's like, oh no, this hits too hard right now. Please stop. So I don't know.
This hits too close to home.
Yeah. So I haven't listened to it as much as any of these other songs, but not because it's not a good song, just because I can't emotionally handle it most of the time. But visuals, instrumental, everything about the song is amazing, and I really, really like it. And it's maybe not one of my favorite Day6 tracks just because, you know, it's hard to listen to. But it's hard to listen to in a good way, where it's like you have to think. It like pushes you emotionally, and like it like makes you think like a lot about like yourself, and it's like very self-reflective, and it's like maybe I don't need to listen to that in my master K-pop playlist because I don't want to cry every single time I hear
This
the song.
song is too good.
Yeah.
We also need to talk about the English version.
Okay.
of
Alright,
this
yeah, I was
song
gonna say,
that just
special
hits
shout
even
out
harder.
to...
The English version I've listened to once.
I've listened to it twice. That's it.
And that's it.
I've listened
And I
to it a
don't
lot
think
more
I ever
times.
need to listen to it again because it just sort of puts you in a headspace where you're like, and I think this just might be the way it affects us because of
Language
like,
barrier, obviously.
our lives and our emotions and the language barrier with Korean, but it's just like you think about your life and every choice you've made in your life, and you're just
Why
like,
am I here? What have I done?
why am I here? What is the point of just everything? And I don't know what to do with myself after I listen to that song, which is why I don't listen to it. I cannot have those spirals in my everyday life if that randomly comes on while I'm driving.
Yeah, I was listening
Right.
to the Q2 playlist. We made a playlist of all of these songs just to, like, you know, remember what we listened to throughout this quarter. And I got hit with Day6 Zombie, and I'm like, oh no, I forgot this is in here. Help, help! Because I was just driving, and I'm like, skip the song,
Get
please.
out.
I can't do this right now. I was like on my way home from work, and I was like, no, I didn't have a great day at work. I can't listen to this song right now. This is bad.
And that's just
Abort,
it's,
abort.
Like, there's a lot of reflective K-pop songs, especially from bands.
Yeah.
It takes a very special song to make you that reflective on your own life. It's too effective at what it wants to do.
Right. I'm probably the one that's listened to this the most, and
You have a problem.
well, here's the thing, right? Because you guys, it does hit, and it hits hard, and I think I'm at that point of it's almost therapeutic for me. I enjoy listening to this song a lot, and Well, I'll say this also. It's probably my favorite album of the Book of Us series. I love Gravity and I loved Entropy, but Demon has probably been the one I've listened to the most, and all the tracks. It's a no skip album for me as well, as it has great tracks. The English version especially is probably my favorite, just because I can reflect on it more. And I enjoy that. I really like putting myself in that headspace because it really reminds me of, just thinking about things, and it helps. And I'll have to say, one of the best comment section I've ever seen out of a music video is, it's very great. It's a lot of people just saying, hey, I've been feeling this way, and it's nice to know that people can talk about it. And it's a very encouraging place. So that was something that's a win for K-pop right there. Day 6 is probably a more internationally known, just because of the way bands are treated in Korea. It's just not as big of a concept, but I think internationally everyone loved this song, and even in Korea I think it still did. I know IU did a cover of it, so you know that things are great when IU starts making covers of your songs. So, I don't know. I loved Zombie, and I love the English version as well. I've listened to it way too many times, and I find it therapeutic. So it isn't... I can see both sides where it's like, I don't want to listen to it because I feel like it puts me in a headspace. Because sometimes when you listen to music, you just want to, enjoy it and not listen. And listen but not have to think. I enjoy thinking when I listen, especially when it comes to these kinds of themes. So... it was really great to hear, and I think that the fact that they didn't promote it was the best decision they could have done.
I don't know how you promote this song.
I don't know how you promote this song.
I don't know how you promote this song at all.
It's so hard, and especially if they were feeling it when they wrote it.
Which I imagine. I know Jay had a big thing with JYP that he tweeted about, where JYP was saying, thank you for making the song, I really appreciate it, and stuff, and was like really supportive.
Take all the time you need and stuff, right?
And JYP was being supportive.
So I'm glad to hear that as well, and I'm glad they didn't promote it because I don't think it would give. I think it gives the song more meaning when you just release it as a track and just let it sit. I think it does more power for it than trying to promote it as you would, Shoot Me, which is just a very powerful, upbeat song.
Very positive.
It's the best example. It's very positive. So. I'm glad, and that's what I'm going to leave it on.
Thank you for mentioning
I'm glad they didn't promote
the comment section of that video, because I remember coming out and reading the comment section, and every single comment, because K-pop music video comment sections aren't usually the most, pleasant or, cohesive, but you go through constructive. But you go through every single comment, and it's just story after story of people saying thank you, Day 6, for, doing all of this stuff for me, and it's definitely... a very, very that's why this track just meant so much to me, and it's hard to listen to for that exact reason, because we all struggle with different things, and we all have to deal with our own problems in our own way, and this just reminded everybody that, hey, this is something everyone deals with, and it's okay to be it's okay to deal with it, and this song just put it so clearly and enveloped that emotion so perfectly that thank you.
So we're about to make the most horrendous 180 of a song choice right after Zombie.
So up next we have Dan. Would you like to start off?
We're upset.
This is the song we threw TXT in the garbage for.
This is the group that mind you, everyone. I handed TXT to Dan on a silver platter. He throws them in the trash for this song.
Alright, here we go. I decided, instead of talking about one of my favorite EPs, I'd bring up a song that will spark discussion, because that's the fun of making a podcast, is discussion, and that's solely the reason I brought this up.
This is the excuse Dan has for bringing up
my excuse. I enjoy this song. The song God's Menu by Stray Kids, which
You're serious.
Yes.
You're actually serious right now.
Maria, did you not know?
I did not know this. I thought y'all hated it. What
We
the
do.
hell?
We do.
Dan does
We
not
do
hate
hate
it.
it.
God.
Oh my god!
All right,
Let me
all right.
finish
Relax,
first. Let me
relax,
talk
hold,
first,
hold.
and you
Oh
can
my
tell me
God.
how
All right,
how
Dan,
wrong I
Dan,
am.
restart
Okay.
from when you introduced the song.
Oh my gosh. All right, so I will try and defend myself as best as I want. But the reason I chose this song is because it sparks discussion, and the best way to spark discussion in a podcast is what I don't know. It's the whole point of it, and it makes it fun. I chose God's Menu by Stray Kids, which is not well liked amongst my peers. I do enjoy this song. I have listened to it quite a bit, and I enjoy it, and for reasons I will discuss in a bit. Stray Kids is another one of those groups for me that was one of the first ones I really started to get into, and it started with with like Mira, and then went into Side Effects, and I followed them ever since. Kind of went back to Elevator, so I have been following them a lot. It's one of the few K-pop boy groups I can recognize each member and their names, so it was a big deal for me that I follow them. Another JYP group, so you know that they don't get any free time, and you have to just listen to music after music, so leave it at that. The reason I talk about this song and the reason I want to discuss it is because I do feel this is the best direction Stray Kids can go. As you well know, they lost a member. One of their chief vocalists, WOODZ, who, rest in peace, we don't know where he is right now. I'm sure he's having a great time.
He's a very active
He has
Instagram.
a very active Instagram.
He ain't dead, y'all.
He's
No.
fine.
He ain't dead.
He's fine.
He's fine.
And I'm sure he's having a grand old time enjoying that non-idol life because, again, they don't get breaks. God's Menu is a very interesting song as it really focuses more on the rap sections and then switches a lot to vocals. I felt vocally without WOODZ, they didn't strive and they didn't sound as great. As their album before that with Levantar, I did not enjoy that in the least. I tried really hard to like it. I stockholed myself, forcing myself to listen to it, but it didn't click for me. I didn't enjoy it. So when they released this, I was hopeful. I came in with no expectations, and according to everyone else, they still have no. They still didn't meet those expectations, or if your expectations were bad, then they met those. Well, I enjoyed this song, and I think it's a fun song. It's not meant to be taken seriously, just based off the dance and just the overall extreme doo-doo-doo-doo-doos in it. But yeah, I liked it, and I'm sorry you guys didn't enjoy it. That's okay. I do think that if we have, albeit a bit more calmer, more of it, I think that Stray Kids will still do fine. They're still very popular. They're still well liked. I mean, they're still getting views. It's not like they're not liked. It's just not what you guys prefer out of a boy group. So
Can I go next?
How do we want to take
Can I go
this?
next? Because
I do not. It's a bad song.
I know the
Let
rest
Lucas
of you.
go first.
I'll go
Let
first.
Lucas go first.
Okay, Lucas,
Okay,
go.
the rest of you.
Because I think he has a calmest opinion.
The rest of you hate this song, and it's like very bad. I don't hate the song. I just mildly dislike it. Stray Kids used to be one of my old groups.
used to be,
Yeah,
ouch.
they were one of my favorite groups, and I think it peaked around the whole Awkward Silence, that kind of era, because that's one of my honestly one of my favorite boy group songs. It is the perfect mix of having fun, great vocals, great rapping, great visuals, everything about that song and that vibe was amazing. And personally, before listening to K-pop, I used to listen to a lot of dubstep. So Miro, Side Effects were my jam. Even Elevator and their weird chorus thing, I loved it. And so what I wanted from Stray Kids was for them to make dubstep that was K-pop. That's what I wanted, and that's why Everglow is one of my favorite girl groups, because they just make dubstep that's also kind of K-pop. So that's why I like them. And so when I heard this song, it's weird because it's not what they've made in the past, but it doesn't feel like a cohesive step from what they've made before, because it's just so different. But it's not different because there's like, we were talking about like Oh My God, or like 17, where it's like different but in a good way. This is like different in, it's so strange that they're making Jisung sing. They're like not giving Lino any lines whatsoever, and they're just like, the dance was okay. The weird concept where it's
Concept is so weird.
It's like cooking, but it's like
unique.
I don't. Okay, it's very strange.
It can be unique that doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah, it's very
Unique
strange.
doesn't
Yeah,
mean
no,
good.
unique does not mean good. So
No, I never said it was good. I just said it's different. It's definitely, no one has done that before.
A cooking concept, I don't think that's been done in K-pop before. With like racing cars at the same
lines
time.
like of a 5-star Michelin.
Picking
Michelin.
around 5-star
Something like
Michelin or
that.
something like that.
Which again, sure.
Felix.
Again, I'm pretty sure only 3 Michelin stars.
You
like
can
that's
get
the highest.
there's every restaurant can have 3-star Michelin.
can't
but
have
if you go
5.
to another if you go to another restaurant and then get 2 Michelin stars there, technically as a chef you have a 5. But that is so much
That's not
the
how
fact
it
that I
works.
had to explain it to you that way is
It's
how you
like they
become
have a
5-star
concept, but it's
Michelin
just
chef.
not even correct.
Like, that's also not how Michelin stars work, and I don't think they know how Michelin stars
no,
work.
they do not.
I'm a
They
10-star
definitely don't.
Michelin.
Clearly not.
Congratulations.
No,
10-star
that's
Michelin.
not how it
boy.
works.
More is better, right?
I will give it this. It's a unique concept that I think that there is a way to make this concept work. Is it this way?
No.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Not at all. This is a terrible way to do this concept. And I think my problem with Stray Kids right now is that they have so many rappers, all in such varying quality and such varying aesthetics, and so few singers.
Yes.
And so few singers that they let actually show their talent. Because I think the thing with the Stray Kids singers is that they are stagnating because they're not allowed to do anything. Like, Woojin was allowed to sometimes do impressive. He was allowed to belt a little bit. He was allowed to, like, let his voice shine. Now that he's left, they're, like, doubling down on the rapping. Everything is rapping. So I'm like, why do you have singers?
They only have 2.
Why are they there? They don't do anything.
They're an 8-member boy group with only 2 members that don't rap. It's
They have
That's
6
not-
rappers.
that's so-
Eight
that's a
member
6
group.
That's so.
They have 6 rappers. And again, varying aesthetics. So some of them, like, not all 6 of these rappers, I don't know if all 6 of them work cohesively together.
It's just that they're not. Yeah, they're not a cohesive group anymore.
They're, like, overlapping. They're, like, weirdly, like, it's just, like, I don't know where to look when I look at Stray Kids. I'm like,
it's so-
where am I looking at any given time?
You never know who's gonna do what, but not in a good way. Because it's like, Jisung sings sometimes, Lino raps sometimes, Bang Chen can rap sometimes. It's like...
Bang Chan then sings.
Then
he's
sings.
doing this weird other thing, and I'm like, what's
And
happening?
then it's like, Hyunjin sings sometimes, and it's like, what? Why are these members who do this one thing really well also sometimes doing this other thing when you have other members that could do that and could shine?
And possibly do it
Yeah,
better.
because then, like,
That's the thing.
IN is getting lines, but in really weird spots that I don't understand. Lino's getting nothing. Changbin in this comeback had the intro and then a little bit at the end and did nothing else, and then who rapped the whole song? Like, you don't even know. Like, you can't remember because you don't remember whose roles.
You're just sort of, like, bouncing around, and they're cutting lines off at weird spots, and you're just, like, popcorning around, and I'm like, I don't know
because
where
Bang
I'm
Chen
looking
rapped
at.
in this
Someone
comeback,
is
and it's like,
popping up everywhere.
why?
This was just a fucking weird song.
It's too.
honestly.
It's
Yeah.
so
Like,
all over the place.
It's just a weird song that I thought that they were. I feel like they might have been trying to go for a more satirical kind of thing.
But I think it's played
But
so
at the same time, I
straight.
think it was poorly executed. You know, I was like, I don't know. It's like weird.
It's like
the
trying
vibe,
to
I
do
just
that,
couldn't
but it's
pinpoint
too
what
much
the vibe was.
in this like middle ground of trying to be fun, but it's not because it's way too loud and obnoxious.
Yeah,
And it's taking
exactly.
itself so seriously. There's no hint of I think that there was, like, the joke played straight, but you need somewhat of a hint that it's a joke. And I'm not getting
Yeah,
it.
I think
No.
they need to make it more. I think I would have enjoyed if it was more obvious that this was like kind of like more of a joke.
I mean,
Their teaser makes it very clear it's a joke, but I don't think the music video made
Nothing
it a
else
joke.
about
No.
it comes
Yeah, the
across.
music video
like
Look,
that.
I'm gonna make a comparison. Y'all can cut this out later. Not the same concept, but there is a Fiestar song called Apple Pie, which is a joke. It is as close to this concept as I've ever seen happen, and it is played like a joke and like a fun, weird, sexy joke. And it works because it's funny. This is not funny. This is played
Yeah,
straight.
and like go look at N.Flying's
Yeah.
Hot Potato. Like
Yeah,
that's
go look at Hot
completely a
Potato.
joke. Yeah.
Yeah. But moving
Yep.
on, Kayla, next
Yes.
song, please.
Next song. Finally. Oh my god. Okay. So, my next song is DKB's Still. And I have a very complicated relationship with DKB. So they debuted in 2020 and their debut song was Sorry Mama. And I
love
absolutely
that song.
hated it. I hated that song so much. Did not enjoy it. And then, so after I heard that, I was like, I probably am not going to care about this group at all. But then Still came out, and even just from the thumbnail, it looks like a very different vibe than Sorry Mama was, and so I gave the song a chance. And I absolutely love this song, and it just got better on re-listens. It's so good. And also, I think it caused a lot of us and to start to like look into DKB more as a group as well. And we found
They're
out
a
that
good
they have
group. They're a
two
fun
members
group.
that are designated acrobatics.
They do
Backflips.
backflips.
They do backflips.
Backflips.
That's just their
Backflips.
job, is they do backflips.
They do
love
the
them.
backflips in all of the live stages too, so like that's their legitimate role.
They just do backflips, and I love them. D1 is my
Backflips.
bias, and I love his
D1.
backflips.
D1 is all of our biases right now.
But yes,
love
the
D1.
song's really good.
It's a
like this is
banger.
exactly sort of the
It's so
genre of
good.
K-pop that I absolutely love. Music video's a little weird. There's a lot of random shots of just silhouettes of women all the
And
time.
also random silhouettes of statues.
I'm
Yeah.
very confused.
Yes.
Take that aside, the song is really good. I like it a
Look,
lot.
it reminds
was
me a little bit of
pleasantly
those-
surprising considering how much I hated their debut song. So
I like their debut song, but this also reminds me a lot of like old like second gen K-pop music videos where it was just like, this isn't a concept, this is a random assortment of scenes.
yes,
And also you're dancing in about an inch of water, and I love that. I love that aesthetic. But like it's just so good. And this is another group that has a lot of rappers, but they work
They
really
do have a lot
well
of rappers.
together.
The first,
And like,
Their-
their vocalists work well
their
with the
vocalists
rappers,
are
and they have great
very
rap
cohesive
vocalists.
with the rapping. Yeah,
It's so good.
the
I find myself listening to the song too much, like so
I listen
much.
to this song so much. It's so good. It's just another one of those songs that's really easy to just keep
Like,
on
whenever-
repeat.
Yeah. And like a lot of DKB stuff is just really easy to keep on repeat.
Mhm.
Hmm.
It's
Like
just
you can just go through their discography.
it's very easy.
It's
It's,
really
it's
short,
pretty easy
but
to
it's
listen
like
to,
so easy
and
just
it's
to
just
have
you know
on.
kind of calming and just kind of fun. And it's not like
Yeah.
incredibly
have to
analytical.
think.
Yeah, it's not very analytical music,
Yeah.
but it's still just like very
Like-
enjoyable, and that's why I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
I think the intro and the chorus are definitely the highlight for me. That synth that they use is very attractive. It took me a few plays before I really started to enjoy it a lot, but once I did, I understood everything that they were trying to do, and I liked it. So this is a great second EP that they did. So
Hmm.
happy to see more.
Yeah, so now that I am very intrigued with DKB, I definitely look into their music in the future because I wasn't going to after their debut, but now I really like them. So I'd be interested to see where they go next as a group, if it's going to be more of this stuff or if it's going to be more Sorry Mama-esque.
I kind of like this direction a little bit more than Sorry Mama, but I do hope that their rappers can shine a little bit more, because I was very impressed with their rapping on Still. Like the little rap section, the two rappers that they
Mhm.
went off of each other. That was really good, and I really enjoyed it.
The other rappers are really good.
They have really good rappers, so I hope that they can shine at least a little bit more, but hopefully same in the same style of music where it's a little bit more chill, you know, like still pretty vocally heavy, but that they're like, you know, the verses where they let the rappers shine a little bit. I hope they get a little bit more screen time, and I hope that we see more backflips. That's all.
More back. You can never get enough
More-
back.
There's not, you can't have.
There's not a thing as too little backflips.
You need more.
The more
Mhm.
backflips, the
More
merrier.
backflips, the better.
Mm-hmm.
All
All
right.
right.
Next is
Sammy,
I get to talk about Oh My Girls Nonstop. The
your
best
one girl group song
The
of
one
the year.
girl group. The best girl group song of this year. Fight me. this song is so fun. It's so fun. It's so catchy. The concept is fun. The music video is just so bright and colorful. And, like, it's just such a cute, soft concept that Oh My Girl does so well. And this was Mimi's era, too. Her rapping was just incredible.
This was such Mimi's era. This
Mimi
was her song.
She killed it. She did great.
In this. And, like, but still, like, the vocals were really good. Like, everyone was just, like, having fun and enjoying themselves. And, like, everything from... And, like, the concept itself was interesting, but it was so cohesively done and so well put together. Like, everything from, like, the video to the outfits to, like, the song to everything just worked so well together that I just couldn't get enough of it. I loved it so much. And the chorus, you just find yourself singing it randomly. Like, in my everyday life. I can't get enough of it. It's so good.
It's so good.
Not to mention a huge hit in Korea.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Such a huge hit. They're finally starting to get the recognition they deserve. Oh my god. They're winning. It's so good. I love it.
I'm gonna be that person who says that I do prefer some of their other title tracks, but I think this was such a fun type of vibe. It's, again, perfect for the summer. Nice summer vibes. It's a chill song. It's straightforward. It's to the point. Mimi's doing her thing with her nice lavender purple hair.
Oh, I love that hair.
Really pretty
hair.
color on her, by the way. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just a fun track, which I guess compared to their other title tracks, I find them to be a little bit more interesting for my taste personally. So this one is kind of lower on the total pool, but I don't think it's a bad song at all. I think it's perfect. It's like one of those like brilliant pop songs in general. Like, it just does what it's supposed to do. Although I am definitely biased towards some of their other title tracks because I just love the instrumentation that they've done in the past. But otherwise, great song, straight to the point. It's a nice summer bop hit. That's what you want, and that's what Korea wanted, clearly, and they enjoyed that, and they did it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Also,
I've
give
caught
a shout
myself
out
doing
to,
that at work.
Shout out to Dolphin, because that also became a massive hit in Korea.
So good.
I think it was another one of those songs we had on repeat for forever.
Oh yes.
And it's on one
another
of our
song I left
played.
on repeat for an entire day.
All day. Just listening to nonsense. Between that and Dolphin, it was just like back and forth, back and forth.
And the rest of the EP is pretty good itself as well. Neon and Crystal for Flower Tea, they're all good. I loved Oh My Girl. This is probably the one that really sealed the deal for me. I had listened to Oh My Girl casually for ever since I really started listening to K-pop. I like Closer and Liar Liar was one of them as well. I really started, but then all of a sudden this hit, and I think this is the song that really decided that you actually listen to a lot more Oh My Girl than you think you do.
They really are. Yeah, they're just so good.
Deserved.
And I just love the fact that they're starting to get recognition, because they were like so like under the radar for a very long time, and they were just so good.
All right, next is gonna be Maria.
Oh yeah, I know what this is. Oh god, because I definitely have spam talked about this song everywhere. It's, this is Kayla's favorite genre of music hit. Not really.
Kayla's
I'm kidding. That was sarcasm.
Hey, absolute favorite.
Your absolute favorite. You just so love R&B, but this ain't your typical R&B. No, this is 8-ball inspired R&B. That's more fun and hip and dancey. This is the premiere single for now I think the second newest artist at AOMG, because recently Lehigh is now a part of AOMG. So there's that. This is DeVita with the song EVITA off of her EP, Creme. The French, I think it's written the French way, which I think really solid R&B EP. Really good. Especially, I also would highly recommend Show Me off of that EP. Oh, her vocals in that are fantastic. But speaking of which, but focusing on EVITA, wow, this is probably one of my most played songs this year. Like, period. Like, I have replayed this song so fucking much, I couldn't even tell you. I'm just in love with this sound. Like, this type of older, like, clearly 80s inspired kind of R&B sound with like the horns. Like, basically, this kind of aesthetic is just my shit. I love it. I love this sound so much. Paired with DeVita's vocal, just I am really impressed by her vocal ability and like her singing range, and I'm just like, oh, she is just so talented, so talented. Can't really comment too much on this music video. I guess they were going for some like alien kind of vibes, but I don't know. I mean, it's more interesting music video than I feel like a lot of non-idol music videos are, but I mean, not too much is happening, but there's definitely some futuristic alien
aesthetic
minus the aliens aren't there vibe. But I mean, overall, I think this was a fantastic song for her to release for like a first big single under I would say major label and huge player in the realm of hip hop. But yeah, she's a good hands. She's going to be a music artist I'm going to be looking forward to for I think for a good while, and I'm really excited. I'm digging the vibe that she's shown this song, and I hope that she continues with something similar. That's just her flexing her vocals to a fun kind of danceable track.
I have a question. I've only listened to the
Yes.
Spotify track, and the Spotify track is 100% in English?
Yes, it is. The
Okay,
whole EP is.
That's why I was confused, because I was
Yes.
like, is this K-pop? Because I was very not...
She's featured though in songs where she's full on.
Okay,
Korean,
that's why,
though.
because this
Like,
was my
so
first
she
introduction.
is
Yeah,
Korean.
I obviously knew she was Korean, but it was my first introduction. I was trying to listen, and it sounded like a completely English track, and I was like, that's why I was confused. But yeah, no.
No,
Okay.
yeah. She
Thank you.
is she's Korean. I for some reason I'm not quite sure why. Kind of similar to how Yerin Peck,
Yeah.
really technically Peck Yerin, but for some reason she's going by Yerin
Yeah, that
Peck.
makes sense. Yeah, I got you.
Yerin Peck now. Yerin did an album. Oh goodness, it's like a 2-disc kind of album thing that was almost 100% in English for some reason. Like, she just had a bunch of songs that she recorded over several years that were like all in English, and I don't know why, but she went with that. And
Okay.
I guess I feel like that's like DeVita kind of just went the same route, just like, okay, let me just do a few songs in English, and I don't know. I'm willing to bet though she's gonna probably release some material in Korean at some soon. She's probably working on stuff in Korean for sure for this market.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think I'm the only person here who like genuinely loved the song besides you. So I really liked the song when I heard it. I love jazz and I love saxophone. And bro, the trumpets, the saxophone, oof, that was a vibe. I remember I was listening to the Q2 playlist and I forgot this song was in it. And I got hit with that sax at the beginning of the track. It was like, what song is this? This is tight. I was like, what? This is some sick sax. And then I was like, wait, oh yeah, this is Maria's song. And then I listened to it and like really listened to the instrumental and I was like, damn, this is clean.
Right?
And then the vocals on top of it, the harmonies are sick. And I loved her voice. I loved the track. It was really, really cool. I mostly listened to the track. I watched the video maybe once or twice. And it was like, okay. But yeah, the instrumental, her vocals on top of everything. The third chorus where she like harmonizes with herself like really well.
Oh
oof,
yeah. Oh yeah.
That hit something inside of me and I was like, damn. So yeah, no.
She is really
She is
talented.
super talented.
Like,
I really like her voice.
I'm so excited to hear about it. So yeah, I mean, if anyone out there wants to really get into kR&B and is just like curious of a first step, why not try out DeVita? I mean, she has this fairly short discography at this point, so check it out and kind of go from there, and check out all the other AOMG artists too while you're at it, and just go on your merry way. Korean R&B sick, y'all. Yeah, check out DeVita, and that's it. That's my spazzing over one of probably my favorite songs this year, if not my probably favorite song this year. Like, probably. Unless something comes up and beats it. I feel like this is probably going to be my number one.
I will take over the next song because it is my song, and that song is GOT7's "Not by the Moon." Another slapping hit from GOT7. I don't think I enjoyed it as much as the insane funk that was calling you by your name, whatever the name of the title is.
Bad title.
Calling you by your
under
name.
the sunlight,
Under the
moonlight, under the
Um,
lolly drum drum.
Whatever the
drum.
actual
Drum,
title.
I don't know what
of
the title of
song
that
is.
song is. It's calling name by your in
Calling
some
me
order.
by your name. What? Hang on.
Calling you by my name?
Wait.
It's a
Calling-
really bad title. and it's never
some combination
remembered.
of the words we've all just said. Keep
Okay,
going.
anyway.
Calling my name.
You calling my name. That's
You
it.
calling my name? Okay. But anyway, Not by the Moon. Not by the Moon slaps. I love it. I love JB's hair. I love the video. No. But what's it called? I loved the Romeo and Juliet concept. I was super intrigued because I saw the trailer and the teasers and was like, ooh, what's going on here? I didn't get it. And then I watched the video and was like, oh, it's a Romeo and Juliet concept. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. And it's super cool. And the song itself is great. Vocals are great. Mark actually gets lines that aren't weird English bridge that is very strange, and he actually did a really good job. Jackson singing, oof, we love him. Yeah, overall, a great comeback. I really like this track. The EP was okay. It wasn't one of their greatest EPs, but I think I liked the previous EP. I'm not going to say the name of the track again. I think I liked that EP a little bit more, but this one was okay. It was like...
Shout out to
Poison is a
I
banger.
like Poison.
Poison is a banger, but...
Yes, I liked this song a lot more than I normally like GOT7 songs, which is I think a really good thing. I really like the intro and like the verses of the song I think the most, probably more so than the chorus, but I don't know, there's just something about them that I really like musically.
Yeah, this song is really good.
Jackson's pre-chorus.
Yes,
really
Jackson's
good.
pre-chorus.
So good.
Jackson singing, hell yeah. Yes.
And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to cut out all of Dan's opinions on this song for time.
All right.
Yep. Dan,
Oh, no.
you get
I
one
love
sentence.
You had
GOT7.
like one sentence.
Another JYP artist that is great.
That's your sentence, done.
I am aware that I am not the biggest fan of some of the vocalists in GOT7,
Your opinion
which is fine.
wrong.
Your opinion is wrong.
My opinion is wrong, and that's based purely on my personal opinion, and that's fine. I can accept that. Visually, this song is a 10 out of 10, and I feel like GOT7 has really grown into that concept really well. I think the last EP as well, visually, just 10 out of 10. This one, 11 out of 10. I love every style that they went with. The dance, very, very mesmerizing, very, very interesting. Vocally, has a certain style that I'm not a fan of, but that's just a me thing, and that's fine. I do think this did well, and I do think that it's a good GOT7 track. Good job, GOT7. You did it again.
You phrased that much nicer than I was expecting, so thank you.
I think you guys have just bad opinions of my taste, and that's okay.
No, you give yourself those opinions because you say things. You censor
You
yourself.
said a lot
when
of
we
bad
record.
things.
Here's
I
a
do.
wild opinion if you want one. I prefer Jackson's 100 Ways to this song, and that's pretty much
Jackson's
all I gotta
100
say.
Ways is amazing.
It is amazing.
That's all I gotta say, because I honestly forgot that this was a comeback this year. I'm
It was
sorry,
right at the
GOT7.
start, kind of. It was like still April. April was kind of slow.
Yeah.
Alright, moving on.
All right,
Moving
Oh
on.
no, we have to
Moving
listen to
on.
this.
moving on.
Oh god.
Oh no.
All right, moving on to probably my most played song of
my
You
this
have a
God.
quarter.
problem. You have an actual addiction.
This is an addiction.
It's an addiction.
This is Girls by
This is-
Nature.
Can we get the
No.
stats? Can you pull up
This
the
is
stats,
where I
Kayla?
start off by saying, oh gosh,
Kayla, stats.
do I have to pull up my own stats?
We're looking up the stats. Hang on. Keep talking.
All right, I'll have to say I'm not a fan of Nature, and I'll gladly admit that. This is the only mini album. I guess there's only 3 tracks that I care for, and that's okay because these 3 hit me perfectly. Aesthetically, gorgeous. Visually, gorgeous. And vocally, mesmerizing. It's got a weird theme to it that's just barely horror. I don't know what you'd call it. It's very
Eyes and needle.
uncomfortable.
Eyes and needles.
There's like 8 versions of this song, I want to point out as well. I think there's like 5 music videos, 2 different performances, one...
There's like a censored and an uncensored.
Uncensored and a censored version. I don't understand.
It's for the needles near the eyeballs.
Yeah.
That's not
And
okay.
I guess. And then studio... Actually, there's more people that sing, but then there was people that weren't able to participate because of health issues and injuries. It's a really weird thing going on here, but the chorus gets stuck on my head and it's very mesmerizingly soothing to me, and I really like listening to it, and it's a really spammable song, which goes why I like it so much, because I was just able to listen to it on repeat. Shout out to the rest of the album, which is also just as good of a bop. And I mean, it makes me silly. Hot like chili is just a really fun concept for me. I don't know.
No.
I wasn't a that is a legit
That's
line.
an actual line in the song.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm also gonna say this right now. Dan has played this song 101 times since it
The
came
album
out.
222 times.
Oh wow.
Oh,
The 3
That's
songs.
I didn't know it was that
much.
much. I listened to this
need
song quite a
help.
few times.
Just a few.
No.
Just
No.
enough to know that I like
I
it.
also like to say that I also do not like Nature that much as a group. Like, Oopsie My Bad hurts my ears to listen to.
Yeah, it is the best Nature song.
I actually
It's the
like this
best
song.
Nature.
As much as we shit on Dan for it mostly because of the stupid amount of times he's listened to it, I do like this song a lot. It's a pretty good
We
song.
use this song on repeat all day
Yeah.
at one point.
That's
We're like
such a
growing
funny title
concerned.
It's such a funny title track. Oopsie, my bad. Just can't. It's so funny. I can't.
It's not a good song.
No.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm good.
moving on.
That's all you're gonna say?
Yep.
Nothing
I have
else?
no
That's
opinion.
it.
Yep.
Alright, well,
I
don't know.
Needles
It's the
next
best
to eyeballs.
Nature song.
Needles next to eyeballs makes me very uncomfortable, and therefore I don't like this song.
Alright. Fair enough. Fun choreography.
Sure.
Fun chorus.
I don't like the chorus part
yeah.
too, where it's like the...
Chorus and there's the thing, right? I perfectly understand why people would not like this song. It's really easy to not like. It's another Oopsie My Bad where it's just
I like the chorus part
this is a hit or miss for a lot
but
of people.
chorus part 2 is really strange and makes me like... It's like, the first part of the chorus is great, and then it transitions into this other part, and it's like, that part makes me a little, like, not like the song as much. If they didn't repeat the second part of the chorus both times, and they just did, like, chorus part 1, chorus part 2, verse 2, chorus part 1, bridge, and then they did a change on chorus part 2, then I think I would like the song more. But they just repeat the second chorus fully again, and I don't like chorus part 2. But that's it.
Is that where the hot like chili part?
That's where that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they didn't say hot like chili again,
here's-
I would be much more content.
It's definitely the quarter for experimentals, and this is nowhere near anything Nature has done before. Literally, I would say polar opposite. And I think it worked. I like it now. Like if they release more of this,
listen to more Nature if they put out more songs like that.
I hope they stick to it. I hope this was successful enough for them to
I'm
as well.
intrigued by this Nature concept much more than any other Nature thing I've ever heard.
It
was
definitely
intrigued
puts
by
them
nothing.
apart from other generic bubblegum.
You were intrigued in a
pop
bad
that
way.
They were. Sorry.
All right.
Sorry, I like
Alright,
this. Sorry, I like music.
Speaking
Goodness.
of experimental music, we have a song next that I don't know how much we want to talk about it because this podcast is going hella long and we have a whole
and
episode
we've also
on
have a
this
whole
group.
episode about Lucy.
Yes, but the next song here is Flowering by Lucy, which many of you probably know. One of the favorite new debuts of this year for this podcast. They are a four-member band, but they have a violinist, and I think that's really the selling point of the band, is that they have a violinist.
And they've done covers of
it's just-
Studio Ghibli.
Yes.
Yep.
They
And
do
they've
a lot
done
of
just so
really
many
good covers.
So
this
many good
song
covers.
is, I was hooked on this song and the group immediately from the intro. When I heard the violin, I was like, okay, that's it. I need to stand. I love them. Like, they're amazing. I've never, like, invested myself into a new group. It's been a while since I've started standing, like, a new K-pop group. I've never invested myself in a group so much as I have Lucy. And, like, so fast from them having literally one song and an intro, and that's all they have. And I'm already, like, all in. Like, I love them.
Yes, we have a 40-minute episode entirely about them.
Yes.
So if you want our opinions on them, you should go watch that, because that's a little bit more in depth than we're going to talk about them right now.
But it's such a good song.
Yes.
It's so relaxing. It's like, it's just it's really nice to listen to.
Okay, I think we're just going to move on then.
Brilliant.
Because we literally have a whole episode.
We have an entire
and there's
episode
one
about
song,
Lucy.
so we don't need to
love
talk about
that
it
song.
really more here.
We love it so much.
Next, Sammy.
Yay! So I get to do BTS's Japanese release, Stay Gold. And they be killing it, as usual.
Woo!
I love BTS's Japanese releases. They're so calm and chill in comparison to their Korean ones. They just, the vocals in this are just gorgeous. The message of the song, the sweet raps, it's just so beautiful. I love it. It's such an uplifting, it's positive, it puts a smile on your face. The video's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous.
As usual.
It is a very...
And also it reminds me...
It's just, it's a very Japanese track. It's a very, like, you know...
It is.
It's pretty J-pop, but it's still very BTS. Like, it's still definitely their sound, it's their vibe. My favorite thing about this track has to be Jimin's whole... Like, throughout the entire song, Jimin's just harmonizing with everybody, and you just hear it in the background, his just, like, vocal, like, talent. Because usually he doesn't shine vocally as much as, you know, Jungkook or Tae does. And it's just like you hear him just harmonizing with everyone the entire song, and you're just like, oh yeah, no, let's not sleep on Jimin's vocals, because please don't.
So good.
Ugh. BTS, stop. Too talented.
I love it.
Too talented.
There's not much you can even say about BTS anymore. They're just that good.
Yeah, this was a nice, like, sweet sounding song. It's definitely reminiscent of other songs that they've done in the past that, you know, in Japanese.
Yeah. It fits well with their other Japanese songs like Crystal Snow and Lights and all of that.
Oh yeah,
Crystal Snow.
Damn, Crystal Snow.
Crystal Snow is so good.
Jin's High Note.
Yeah, and the two other songs off of that album too, really good, really good. Off of Face Yourself, yeah, that's it. That one I like the singles a lot in that one. But Stay Gold, every time I hear the phrase "Stay Gold," I think of the Outsiders, like Pony Boy.
That's
so
all I think
that
about.
was my first thought when I heard this. I was like, Stay Gold, Pony Boy,
Stay Gold. The Outsiders was one of my favorite books as a kid, so like this is just like weird, like, oh god, is this a reference? It's a reference for me.
Yeah, it was like one of my favorite books I read in school.
Yeah.
Because it was like required reading.
I
don't know if it
book.
was for you guys, but
guys, it's a good book. Read The Outsiders, kids.
Read, guys.
Read more,
kids. But yeah, Stay Gold. And I guess BTS Stay Gold as well. Keep making these really nice ballad songs. Heck, I wouldn't complain if they brought one, you know, or well, I wouldn't say brought one, but like, you know, did like a Korean-esque version of this, you know?
I like that BTS even now is still able to do all of that. It's just like they're able to sort of like still do these like ballady songs. Like they are in Japanese obviously, but they're able to still like continually just diversify all of their music in such a interesting way, and it still sounds cohesive as a discography.
Next.
Maria.
Mayday, Crush released a single that I really love, which is kind of shocking for me, which is Mayday. Well, I say this because, Crush is kind of hit or miss for me. I'm not saying I don't hate on Crush's music, which I don't, but some songs, his style of R&B, depending on how he does it, I'm either really interested in or just not as much. I don't know why that is the case with him, but I think he's an incredibly talented R&B artist. Like, no doubt about it. But for some reason, his music for me can be hit or miss, but not where I hate it, but just where I'm kind of indifferent to it or I really love it. And this is one of those songs where I really fucking love this. Like, oh, first of all, can we just talk about the genius of him filming this entire music video in his mansion?
Yes.
Like, this
Yep.
whole music video was filmed in his
With
mansion.
his dog, with the cutest dog in the
I love
world.
this dog.
The
Oh,
dog
yeah.
is the star of that music video.
He's like, I'm under
The
lockdown.
dog
we're filming
is
in
the star of
mansion.
most of his music videos.
Yes.
that he's
Oh,
done.
yeah. He loves his dog.
I love
He definitely loves
that
his
dog.
dog.
I love this
I
dog.
think he
I
wrote.
also love his dog.
Did he? I think he wrote a song about his dog. I want to
Yeah,
say
Nighty
so.
Night.
Yeah.
I love that song.
yeah.
That was my introduction to Crush. I love Crush. This is for some of like as soon as I heard this song, it was like instant love.
I still remember his very first single too, back in 2014. I think I forget what it is, what it was called, but I still remember that single, and I'm just like, wow. I remember hearing that. I was like, he's gonna be big. If he's not big in Korea, I'm gonna be sorely disappointed. So I'm so glad he got super huge. But this song in particular, it's just like I love the vibe of it. It's kind of like a little bit carefree. You know, it's a little bit like just goofing around, not as serious. He's at home. We're stuck in quarantine. There's a ghost. There's a random ghost in here. Probably him in the bedsheet. I don't know. Joy appears in this music video, and
That was
also in the
random
song.
as well.
So
And
random.
I was just laughing the whole time because the way they shot her, like filmed her, or and just like what she's doing, I'm just like dying laughing. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? But this is great. Her vocals, I will say, really good for features. Really good for features. I'm like impressed by her vocal color in this song, and I hope, and I could see her having quite a good, like outside of Red Velvet, do have a pretty good gig at like being features in some songs. And I thought her and Crush was like an kind of unexpected, but like much welcome
Complimented.
compliment. Like, yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. So yeah, nice chill Crush song that he did during lockdown, and with a music video of him doing some dumb stuff at home, and just
The music video is a huge selling point. It's,
yeah.
It's just again a song that's not meant to be taken seriously. The story in it is so cute. It's just surviving isolation and quarantine, and it was a really breath of fresh air for the music video. It's just him being goofy, and he's a goofy guy. He loves his dog, and he's goofing around with him and just having a fun time. It brings me back to just like, well, I'm trapped at home. Luke, do you wanna do something stupid and just film ourselves doing funny things? Sure. And that's kind of what it felt like. It was just him having a lot of fun, and the song is a bonus. I would like to add. I love it. I'm so glad you chose it because I would have probably had to steal in it.
Yeah, I just thought it was such a cute song, and also just like it's been a while since I really loved the Crush song, so like I'm like I had to include it somehow.
Well done.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think it's good for me to move on, and it's my turn. And I'm going to be talking about Maria.
Lucas
Hey.
picks a woman.
You're gonna talk
I'm
about
talking
me?
about
Oh
you.
my
Just picked a
goodness!
woman.
Okay,
This is the
I'm
only
so
woman
This is
song Lucas
going
will ever talk about
in
ever.
the history
Yep.
books, I'm going to be talking about our fellow member of this podcast, Maria.
I'm so honored, Lucas. I appreciate it so
All right,
much.
this is number 2 of the
I need to stop.
what is it? Was it July 29th?
Oh yeah, this
Yes,
is the second of
yes.
the July 29th
Oh,
song.
yeah.
This
This
is
is
number
the
2
other
of July
29th.
We
29th.
got one more July 29th
We have a
third
song
one.
coming.
But this is going to be Hwa Sa's Maria. Sorry, wrong Maria.
I know.
Oh my god.
So many Maria
Put it down in the
songs.
history books. I'm talking about a woman, but that's okay. Bro, this song is insane. I think Hwa Sa is definitely my favorite, I think, female soloists at this point. Her solo work is immaculate, and I love it all. I love the concept of this video. I love the wardrobing. I love the set design. That intro where she's just like, she has a cigarette and like the 10 people like give her lighters. I was like, damn, this is a vibe. And then she's like eating a human brain or something like that, and I'm like, what? This is insane.
Oh, because we love that cannibalism.
It's your commentary.
It's insane. This video is a trip, and I loved it. It's crazy, and I don't know. It's so good. I loved the bridge where it just turns into a different song. It's like, wow, this is just a different genre now. Let's just go this direction. And I don't know. Hwa Sa's music is so good. I love her voice. I love her energy and her just like confidence. She's so amazing. I don't know.
Yeah, Hwa Sa is easily by a lot my favorite Mamamoo soloist.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, by far.
Oh,
Yeah. And I loved all of the solo stuff she's put out. She's just like a really confident, like sexy woman, and
Yes, and, like,
appreciate that a lot.
Mm-hmm. And like everything she does, a lot of times, especially with sexy concepts in K-pop, you get a vibe that it's like, are you fully comfortable doing this? With her, entirely. This is her idea. This is what she wants to do, and I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, here's my... So, first of all, thank you, Hwa Sa, for naming a song after me. I really appreciate it. Not like there's a bunch of other songs with my name in the title somewhere, but I seriously, though, it's like crazy how many songs there are with the name Maria in it. Seriously. But number one, actually, fun fact for y'all, Maria is Hwa Sa's baptismal
Yeah, that's where it
name.
comes from.
And I know this because of, I think it was a show where Solar was giving the members gifts, and I want to say she gave Hwa Sa a necklace that had Maria
She also has
on
it
it. That's how I found
tattooed
out
on her
about
back.
that.
So
That too as well. That helps a lot too. But yeah, so fun fact, it actually is kind of technically
that's her name. Yeah, so that's why she
name.
like
Yeah.
she's talking to herself the whole song. That's what it's about. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I'm gonna, parrot what the rest of y'all have said already. This is such a great song for her. She's just so confident in herself. She just eludes that kind of like, just that charisma. She's basically, she is a song. I'm sexy and I know it, but it's not a joke. She knows she's hot, and she's just like, yeah, I'm gonna work this thing. It's she's enjoying herself. She's feeling herself. She's singing wonderfully. She's doing it. She's doing it well. And I love it.
My favorite part as well is like specifically Hwa Sa doing the song, because there's a lot of idols who've done like sexist concepts, but like specifically Hwa Sa who kind of breaks Korean beauty standards. And it's like, no, I am just as beautiful. I'm just as confident, and I'm me, and I can just be confident in myself even though I don't fit in with what everyone else says I should be, and I'm just as confident, and I'm just as beautiful as and she is gorgeous, so that's like completely fine. Yeah, I love it. It's the vibe that I needed, the confidence, and the just I'm just living my life.
Very believable. That's what I'd finish off with saying.
Mm-hmm.
Not many people can pull off the concept well, because it's not made for them, but this was literally her just being her.
Yeah.
So falls in the
it just felt like it was just an extension of her. It didn't feel like she was like putting on a show. She wasn't like creating this like storyline. It's just this is just
no
what she is. She's just putting herself in through her music. So
which is why I believe it was such a hit.
Yeah. So thank you, Asa. You did a great job.
Moving on to another female soloist. Awkward.
She going solo.
She going solo.
Yeah.
We have Bull 4, and this is her first concept on her own, and it's not any different than what she's been putting out before, which is fine, and I'm okay with. Ji-young, she's got a specific style of music that she likes to put out. It's very cute. It's very just uplifting, and I'm going to bring up specifically Hug from her latest EP. She did have another track as a pre-release on the album with Baekhyun, which is very good as well. and Leo. But I chose Hug because I felt like it was more her than that. Both are great tracks. I love them all. I love the whole EP. In fact, that's a great EP. I think most people like Blank the most. I think that's a really popular track as well. But Bull4 is one of the another one of those first groups that I started listening to, and I immediately fell in love with. They're very unique in their voice and the way they perform, and they always have very uplifting and just very cutesy concepts that I think, I like and I really enjoy. And I was wondering how they were going to deal with the split, albeit now not so pretty and so easy as it seemed at the start. There's a lot of drama involved, but it don't matter. I hope that they both can enjoy going their separate ways and producing music, because that's what people want. We want music. So I enjoyed this EP. I think this is still the same kind of concept as she was doing before, just solo. So she's still holding on the Bull4 name and that concept as well. Hug is just a very cute track, just, as a guy, and I want to talk to him, and I'm silly, and sometimes I mess up with my words and my brain don't work so good, but it's cute, and Bull4 is cute.
Yeah, I think.
And she has a very unique voice. Oh my gosh,
her voice is like one of the most unique voices I think in K-pop. She's one of my favorite like female vocalists, just because of how unique and special her voice is and how she uses it so well. And yeah, this track, I think I liked her track with Baekhyun a little bit more, just because I think Baekhyun added a lot to that track. But this was also a very solid track. The video is super cute. So like that, it's the one with like all the different types of the brain, right? It's like all the brain things like trying to talk to each other. It's really cute.
Brain, heart, emotion.
And it was a lot of fun. I think it was just that for me. It was just like it was just a fun track that, it's very easy to listen to. Her voice is just really fun to, just wow, how she like slides around and just has a lot of fun, and just, it's just cute.
Neither this song or the song with Baekhyun were doing a lot for me personally. I thought they were just pretty boring. There is a B-side on the album called Blank that I really like. That's one of my favorite B-sides of the year, probably. But in terms of Hug and then Leo was one with Baekhyun, they were not really doing anything for me. They were just pretty typical and kind of boring, in my opinion. Music video is very cute, though.
Yeah, I enjoy this song. It's not one of my favorite Bull4 songs. It's kind of just like it's whatever. It's good. It's just more of the same from Bull4, and I enjoy it. But it's nothing on this particular EP is something that particularly stood out. But it's still just sort of more of what I do enjoy from them.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely enjoy
from her,
more.
I don't know how to refer to Bull4 anymore.
I think it's her. I think it's just her.
Yeah.
Her? I will refer to her as them, because I always just now think of them as a duo.
Yeah. I think I definitely enjoy like Workaholic and Travel and like Galaxy, like those kinds of tracks just a little bit more. It's a little bit more like exciting and more intense.
Oh yeah.
It's just more like there. It's a little bit more present. So I think those are better, but I still love this track. It's very good. I just like everything Bull4 makes. So.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's it.
Next week.
I think she still has a
No,
career.
yeah, she's
That's
not
all.
going.
Oh
anywhere.
yeah, no, she's not
She'll be
going
fine.
anywhere. She'll be fine. So next we have the last of the July 29th
The last of the July 29th song
We have
releases.
three of these 25 songs are from July for one day.
And then we're just
July.
immediately
And there's
shoved onto the
still
list.
2 more other tracks that were on that day that were both also
that we
very
like
good.
considered,
So
but like we
were like, we can't do 5 songs from the same
And
day.
we just like shoved 3 of them on the list last minute. It's fine.
here they are.
Right.
Yeah, so the next song we're talking about is WOODZ Love Me Harder. And so I feel like at this point it's pretty well known that we love Unique on this podcast.
Full Unique episode coming soon.
That's coming really soon. And so WOODZ is also known as Sengyoon, who was in Unique and was also on Produce X101 and in X1. And so this is one of, it's not his first solo song that he's released, but it's his first one he's released since gaining like massive popularity because of Produce. And it is so good. It's the music video is also very interesting. He's a really good actor in the music video. It's got a really interesting story happening, and just really like his singing voice. I think it's really unique, and I enjoy it a lot. The rest of the album is equally as good as the title track. And yeah, I like the song starts off with this like whistling intro, and it's
a sucker for whistling.
It really just hooks you into the song, and they play it again at other points in the song, and it's just really, really good.
So Kayla, did you just say that his name was his name? Wow, his vocals were really unique.
Haha.
Yes, he did.
Was that intentional?
It was not.
Girl?
It was
No,
not an
but
intentional
it's-
pun.
Oh,
I
so
love
many
it.
puns.
I love it.
We love
I'm glad you said that, Maria.
because Dan was
I
about
had
to.
to. I had to.
I was
do it
about
now.
to drop that hot take right
Oh my
there.
god.
Oh Lord, I
Uh,
adore this song.
It's so good.
This song and this EP are both just so good.
Mhm.
Another like no skip album.
For sure.
So like I love the whistling. I love the vocals. I just love the intensity too.
Mm-hmm.
Great actor as
Great
well.
actor.
Shockingly. I love it. I mean, when you act with yourself, you have to play how well you play the both personas.
Yeah, he's playing himself,
It
and
seemed
then
like
a
two
crazy
different
version
people.
of
Like
himself.
many people are like, I didn't realize it was the same person until
Yeah, no,
like
I did
the
not
third
realize it was the
listen
same person.
through.
I thought I was like, who is this guy? I thought he was a soloist. I was like, wait, oh my god.
It's him.
Bruh. And how he comes to term with who he is at the end. It's super
Yeah, so
cool.
the
It's
music
it's a
video
great
is
music
so,
video. It really
so
adds
good.
a
I
lot
love
to
the
a
music
lot.
video so much.
And does follow the lighter and gun trends that we have
More
set.
lighters
Oh
and
my God.
guns. More
Lighters
lighters
and
I don't know
guns.
why this is a thing, but it's apparently a thing. Guns and lighters are kind of the trend right now.
Even with the July 29th songs, a lot of them had lighters and
Yes.
guns.
Yep, Maria
Yep.
had lighters.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and my last state to just talk a little. Yeah, July 29th. There was a lot of great songs, and WOODZ was on met and exceeded
The
everyone's
thing with
expectation.
WOODZ
I
is
mean,
I
the
think-
fact that you can put SUNMI and WOODZ in the same tier along with Hwa Sa,
Yeah, that's
that says a lot.
Woods was
That really
honestly
does.
one of the surprises of this quarter because again, we like Unique, we know Unique, but just how much we adored him as a soloist is just something super surprising. And the fact that again it came out on the same day as SUNMI, as Hwa Sa, as these big names, and he stood on par, and we remembered him, and it would be very easy just to get buried.
Yeah,
But he
and I
didn't.
didn't come into this song having like really big expectations for it or anything, but then I
Yeah,
heard it, I was
no.
like, this is absolutely amazing. Like this is so good.
Yeah, and for me it was
Yeah.
it was kind
That
of
was-
like I knew of X1 and I knew most of the members and I kind of knew the lore behind it all. But then I'm like, wait, oh yeah, this is the guy that was in X1. I was like, wait, this was the same guy who was also in Unique, and the wheels all fell into place and was like, what? And oh yeah, I love this guy. It definitely
Yeah.
was a big oh my god.
He can rap, he can sing, he's visual. It's kind of
He's too
crazy.
talented. And he's a producer.
He's up there.
He is.
Yeah, it was kind of like a how is WOODZ moment. Like, how was WOODZ? Is it worth listening to? And I'm glad I
And I
decided
put it
to
on
because
like
it's
it
on
was
first.
my favorite of the July 29th releases, and I was like, I know you're gonna listen to Hwa Sa and to SUNMI, but you need to listen to WOODZ. Like that
Yeah,
is
this one
Yep,
is
fantastic.
it was kind of that,
Yeah.
and I was just like, oh yeah, I'm super happy I did. B-sides were great as well. Some big bops in there that you just can't. Oh my goodness,
So good.
I think it's Buck. Buck is the one
Oh,
that
Buck
I wanted
is
to
really
highlight.
good.
Is Buck is just it's a mood. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, great comeback to his new name, I guess. WOODZ. He's jumped around.
He's released other songs under WOODZ.
Yeah, he's released
before.
a bunch of other songs. He's released
Yeah.
other songs under different
under
names.
different names.
So many names.
Yes.
Watch our full Unique episode if you want a full rundown of everything that they've all done.
That should be
Yes.
getting awesome.
August 5th when that comes out.
August 5th.
There's a good
And if
reason
you're
for
a
that,
fan
and
of
you'll
me-
see when
there's
it
a
drops.
Very good reasons. There's actually 3 very good reasons for
Yes,
that.
3 good reasons,
Mm-hmm.
but you'll understand immediately once that episode comes out.
And if you know Unique,
Fun time.
you'll know August 5th is an important date.
Yes.
Okay. And
Last song.
Last song.
Song.
Last song.
Sammy, you got this. Finish us off.
All right. So our last song is ONEWE's End of Spring. ONEWE is one of my favorite bands. They might be my second favorite K-pop band. I absolutely love them, and I love this song. It's so fun, it's so catchy. It's a different vibe than a lot of what ONEWE usually does. It's sort of the most pop of their songs, and it's just a super fun track to have. Super just a good summer song to have at the end of spring, beginning of summer. And Younghoon's vocals are so good, and Sia's rapping I really like, and just everybody is just so good in the song. And I just love the aesthetic, and it's just a fun party song. And I think in this weird hellscape of a year that we're having, you just need a light, fun party song every once in a while for the parties we're not having.
Everyone was invited as well.
Everyone was invited.
Oh,
One
yes.
is in the video.
Everyone was
Alexa's
invited.
in the
One
video.
is
Everyone's in the
Alexa.
video. And the video is just super fun. It's just a party. Everyone's looking like they're having fun and enjoying themselves and dancing. The members dance. Who have you seen a
There's a
band
keytar
dance?
for
There's
crying
a
out loud.
keytar. Love it.
I like the song a lot for like all the same reasons. It's just super fun. It's a good summer song. It's very appropriate for end of spring, beginning of summer. I just really enjoy it. It's very fun.
It's a summer banger. I'll give it that.
Lucas, you've been known for your opinions on
I don't think I love the I don't love
Phrasing.
okay.
Just say it.
I don't
How
love
much have we already
auto-tune.
said about Stray Kids?
Okay, I don't love autotune. And it can be used well, but the autotune, especially in what's their Regulus? Is that what-
Regulus?
Yeah. The autotune used in Regulus made me very not comfortable, and I did
Ring
not
my ears as well.
enjoy it whatsoever. In fact, I hated it. And then they did it again. And in this song, it's not used as much, and I think that's the reason I like this song more. The less autotune they use, the better I like the song. Because, I don't know, it's just a weird clash of, like, vibes that, like, you know, band music and, like, keytar and, like, you know, just having fun. And then autotune just kind of, they clash in a way that I didn't enjoy. But I did like this song more, and I love, like, everything else that RBW makes, so it's like, oh, I wish I liked ONEWE more. So it's like, yeah, I wish I liked it
Don't
more.
worry, I love ONEWE
You can-
enough for the both of
Yeah,
us.
you can do
Yes,
it for me. Don't
definitely.
worry about it. And I already
Don't worry,
I already
I got
have my
you.
Day 6 obsession, so I already have my band covered, so.
We all get a band
Yeah.
on this podcast.
Everyone
You
Everybody.
get to
gets a
share
band.
Lucy, though.
Yeah,
We all share Lucy.
we all share Lucy.
Yeah, we all
Kayla
share
gets
Lucy,
N.Flying. I get Day 6. Sammy gets ONEWE.
I'll get the rose.
Yeah,
Rip.
rip.
Oh,
Dan
rip.
gets the rose. Maria, what band would you like?
What band would I like?
Take FT Island.
Idol band? Oh,
FT Island. You can take Nell if you want.
Oh, you can take Nell.
I mean, Nell's not an idol band.
We don't
though,
care.
But
We
I
just
really
need
like.
a band. It doesn't matter.
Okay, Nell. Yeah, I'll
There you
take
go.
Nell.
Yeah, exactly. We
Hands
all
down,
get a band.
We all get a band.
Mm-hmm.
Happy.
Yay.
Woo.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Alright.
this is finally the end of our
Oh, God.
quarter 2
I'm
podcast.
dying.
This is
I don't know. I don't
I'm
know what
sweating.
actual time this is gonna clock in at, but it was a long
We've
time.
been recording it for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Hopefully we
With
can...
no air conditioning on in our rooms for audio purposes, so we're all dying.
I have a fan on. I gave up.
Great, thanks.
All right, someone
I have
close
ruining
it
the
out.
audio.
I literally
I'm
have the
cool
air
and
conditioner
happy.
remote in my hand.
All right, but thank you so much for tuning into this episode. These are our big episodes of each quarter because they're one of the only ones that we can get all 5 of us scheduled together on.
Somehow.
I hope
You'll
you guys
only
enjoyed.
see the 5 of us together in the next quarter in probably, what, October?
Yep,
It's
that's the one
nearly
you're gonna see the
impossible.
5 of us together again.
By
Woo.
then, I should have a computer that's not broken.
Yes.
Yay.
Yay.
Hopefully we'll also be on Spotify by then because we are an Apple Podcast now, and as well
Yay.
as YouTube. So,
Yay.
yes. So, thank
Like,
you guys
subscribe.
for watching. Subscribe to all of our things. Follow us
And
on
check
Twitter.
out our Spotify playlist for the best
Yes,
songs
check out our
of-
individual Spotify playlists for quarter
Q2.
2. There's a very wide variety of music there if you're interested.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye.